This is Our Paranormal Podcast because this is our paranormal community, and we want to support you here on RU Media Network. We are proud to be sponsored by the Haunted Hinsdale House in Hinsdale, New York. Here are your hosts, Brian Mersall and Sean Gilmore.
And holy cow, we did it, kind of. There. Now we did it. Wow, I can't believe I pulled it off. Today it was a challenging night. As soon as I got off work, I don't know if you guys know what it is to have children in your house, but they can create certain challenges. And tonight there was no different than any other night. So. With that, everybody, welcome to Our Paranormal Podcast on RU Media Network. How's it going, Brother Brian?
It's going okay.
Good. And how are you, Matt?
Yes.
I'm doing great.
Matt, our special guest, the one, the only Matt freaking Benton. How's it going, brother?
Oh, it's going great. I've just been busy.
Yeah, you've been busy. I saw the thumbnail on your show this week. You were tested positive for the Rona, but look at you.
Yes,
good. No matter what, you're red.
Yes.
So it's good.
Always red.
Love it, man. Now, I'm excited to have you on. Halloween is just a few short days away, so. Man, who knows what'll come up tonight?
Oh yeah. Hopefully, I am doing my own live thing on. Actually, I'm doing two things this Halloween. So
nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
On the Dark Zone. I'll be on the Dark Zone network for just a little bit, and then I have my own little. I'm going to be doing a marathon and commentary over my old Soul Seeker episodes. And man, it's gonna be cringy. Lots of cringe. Yeah, because it's old episodes, and I am embarrassed about a lot of it. But yeah, so basically, just doing something for the YouTube channel for Halloween. Since I'm on.
Are you gonna be like on location at all, or?
Apparently not because of the COVID stuff that happened, but now since I apparently got something, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll change it.
So now just to put it out there, because you did put it out there in big red letters that you have COVID-19, just before the show started, you let us know that you have actually been cleared to go back to work. You're good to go.
Yeah, so basically on the 23rd is when I tested positive, and I had this out from earlier. And then basically today, since I haven't had any symptoms for a couple of days, I felt like I've had it for over a week, and they say it's about 2 weeks until it's supposed to be gone. And so I haven't had any symptoms for a bit, so I was like, I went back to see if I'm good, and this doctor says that I should be good. So technically, I'm going to my friend Dwayne's wedding now, and so and also maybe do something for Halloween. I don't know yet. So other than being in here,
nice.
Yeah, silent this phone. Sorry.
Nice. Well, that's definitely good news. I'm glad to hear that. Whenever that happens, whenever anyone tests positive, automatically we're concerned. So I'm glad to hear that you're good to go, and you're going to get to go to your good friend's wedding, man. That sucks. Like this COVID crap, it just needs to go away already.
Yeah.
It's like, It's like that relative that comes to visit and overstays their welcome. It's time to go.
Yeah, like when I was on COVID, I was like working out and everything. I was pretty good.
That's good though. I mean, they say like you should, like for certain like colds and stuff, you sweat it out, right? So
yeah, I had a fever for only 1 day. That was the worst part of it. That's it.
Nice.
And there was muscle fatigue that I had a lot longer than that though, but it's gone now. So
yeah,
nice. Glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. Real quick before we dive into anything else, Brian, What is that fancy sweatshirt you're wearing there?
Dude, I'm wearing an entity.
Oh, my heart is broken. I thought you were gonna be wearing ours.
I've been wearing them out. I've got an Our Paranormal Podcast hoodie, shirt, sticker. The sticker's in the bedroom. I've been wearing the crap out of the hoodie and the shirt. So I went in there and I grabbed my one of two Into the Abyss podcast hoodies. I got 3 hoodies and 1 shirt. I'm sorry, guys.
Nice. So that's awesome, though. You're still wearing a team shirt. That's or a show shirt. My wife handed me that T-shirt to put on. And I was like, no, that's the old show. I'm like, I need to buy the new show shirt, and I put on my Deadlight shirt because I got a rep. So,
It's funny. I was just talking about Deadlight today.
How come?
Oh, well, I'm building a rig setup, and I need a Deadlight for it. So, yeah, the demon light for the setup.
I'm getting one.
Oh, you're on the list for another light, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy it first to get on the list. But yeah. Pretty soon, yeah, I will be. Basically, I'm doing a tactical setup for a POV cam, but on a helmet. And there's a lot extra stuff going on with the helmet, so I could literally just have this helmet on the go, and it's ready to record at all times. So
nice.
Yeah.
You know what's nice? What's nice about that is when I wear my POV camera, it's like a strap on my chest, but it's so hard to get that shot, because when you turn, when you go to react, right, exactly, and when you go to react, you're going to turn your head, and you're not going to necessarily turn your whole body. So I actually was kind of interested in kind of setting up a head thing too. So that's really cool because there's so many times when I turn my head, but I don't turn my body, probably because I'm just fat and slow, So I'm like, oh, so you don't get what you want. And so, sorry, I make fun of myself for being fat a lot. And, but let me see here. What kind of camera do you use for POV, or do you plan on using?
Well, I just got I was going to get a GoPro and then convert it, but it's a bit expensive, so I'm thinking about laying off on that. And I was going to use one of those Nikams for right now. So
Nikam.
Oh, you have one? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Honestly, I like it. I have one of those special filters too. I forgot what he called it, but it's got one of his new filters on it. I like it. I kind of messed mine up because I was trying. So my first demon light was the first one to ever have the ability to connect a second power source to. So the truth about this camera, the plug to get to the power source is in here where the battery is. You got to open a door. So I tried.
You have Gen 3. You have Gen 3 version?
I guess. I don't know. It's got the open here. So I broke the door.
Yeah, he has
off
3 versions. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I broke the door off, and now I regret doing it. But it's okay. It still works great. But I wanted to be able to use it. But I had to also finagle. If you look right here, that's where the power plug is. So I had to I would be sitting at work at my desk with a knife or a file, just I think I did it for hours, just doing it, trying to make it so I can make it work. And finally got it, but I still I don't know. Now it's oh well, it's done, but I can make it. It's and now I can make it work for when I need to. So, but still, I wish I still had that, but whatever. That's what happens when I try to do stuff. I break it. So, but it still films fine. I'll be able to. I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to get a external mic for it now. The camera's definitely a lot better than the one that I originally had. The one I originally had, I got off some guy on eBay for super cheap. Actually, you played my clip on your show with that super cheap one, which is why I got the Nikam. So yeah, I don't know, but I mess with stuff. That's why the Parapooch is sitting back there broken, because I know once I start going in there trying to fix stuff, and I break it. So I can't do that stuff. Justin Brown, actually, he my last camera, he actually put the lens in it for the Zoom Q2N.
Yeah, that's the camera I'm wanting to get too. Definitely.
I like it a lot.
It's badass.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I actually, Brian and I just used it as a static camera at our last.
Yeah, I was going to use it for more wide shot stuff, and then the GoPro one I was going to use for POV. And so, yeah, it's actually this setup idea that I'm doing is more of kind of goes with my nickname actually. It looks very tactical, so I can't. It looks pretty cool.
Nice.
Matthew Fuley has a question.
Oh, look at that! In the paranormal field, have you noticed a rise in mats?
Yeah, I know. They just pop out of nowhere. This damn Matthew Fuley over here. Yes, we are building an army in the paranormal field.
Oh shit!
Of mats.
So like, I call myself like all my like gamer tags, my TikTok name, like all that shit. It's like called Paradad. So it's gonna be like Paramat, or is that too cheesy? That's too cringy. Sorry, I'm a dad. So like those dad jokes come out like.
Hey, my nickname is Matt Tactical. So is that cringy?
I don't know. Don't you like work with guns though? So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I work with guns and also done a little bit of other tactic stuff in the past. So yeah,
there you go. So I mean, it makes sense. Yes, we're taking over.
We're building the army. When he comes on the Devil's Hour Live, we just need to have only Matts in the Devil's Hour Live. Let's invite more Matts.
The Matt crew.
Matts only. It's a Matt club.
The Paramat crew. Paramedics.
Paramedics. Matt.
Oh,
Matt.
Wow.
Sorry, the dad jokes are just flowing right now. My kids make fun of me because I come up with that stupid crap all the time. So now, when I first met you, you were working. You were just starting, I think, to work on your Man vs. Paranormal project.
Yeah,
and now you've moved on to the Devil's Hour.
Oh, Devil's Hour Productions. Yeah, So basically, since I was doing more than just a team investigation type stuff, I kind of branched off and was doing a lot of different things. So I decided to create a production company. And so I created Devil's Hour Productions, basically about that time zone, 3:33. It's just I like the name because it kind of goes with my editing style, dark and ambient. And so I wanted a name that kind of expresses that in a way. And then also I wanted it paranormal related because that's basically all I do with this production company. So, and it's all 100% real.
Nice. So before we get too deep, I know that you really want to talk about Devil's Hour Productions, but since you kind of started out with the Man vs. Paranormal, I really like that intro you made. So do you mind if I play that real quick?
Sure. Also, that's not what I started out with, though.
That's
where
I started. I'm sorry, that's where I met you. That's where you were at.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry,
cool.
Sorry, I misspoke.
No problem.
There. All right. So first, let's see here.
The shot of the screen
Should be. Oh, hold on. It's not on the screen. The frick. Technology hates me. So now we're ready to go. I had it ready, but then I went and did something else because I forgot to set up the spreaker show, so I just back out of it. Okay, so now we're ready.
My 11.
Too many Matts. My brother's name is Matt. He also investigates with us.
Another.
I know.
The army is getting bigger.
effects of prolonged isolation, paranoia, depression, helplessness, brain stimuli decreases. Now, what happens when you put a man isolated in 3 paranormal infested buildings for 3 nights in each location, all by himself? No one to help me. No one to protect me. Just me versus you. Does paranormal activity increase?
So what do you think of this piece of evidence? I think by far it's the best piece of evidence we have seen here.
That's flat out amazing. And that's something we've never captured.
Oh, wow.
What?
First
Nobody
time
has
caught.
ever got it on video.
That's creepy.
In 11 years.
So no one's ever caught this on video?
Never,
Never.
ever.
Here is my story, and here is what I went through for my research into the paranormal. Push the door, please.
Yeah, dude, that's badass, dude. And so that crawl space that you're in there, is that at the Monroe House?
Yes. And we found something very interesting there. Something like this.
What is that? A bone?
Yeah. Something I found interesting when I was in there. Damn it,
crazy.
Justin.
How did Justin Brown?
So you just got the bone on your desk?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was one of the bones found there that Eddie allowed me to have. So
That's crazy. I've always, the first time I went there, it felt like the energy there feels like a cemetery. It's weird. So
it feels like there's always something in the distance watching,
Well,
but staying its
that
distance is how I feel. Is how I feel when I was there.
no, I'm talking about just the property itself, not necessarily the house. And when you're in the house, something's definitely always watching you. But as soon as I pulled up in there, I didn't feel like I was pulling up to a residence. I felt like I was pulling up to a cemetery. That's what, as an empath, that's what I felt, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That place is insane. I always say every investigator needs to experience that place, especially if you're going to do private residences, because that is absolute worst case scenario of a haunting right there.
Yeah. Definitely. It was it's an interesting location. Caught something pretty amazing there. Can't wait to show. He chews on the bone after he he works out naked while drinking his own blood. Oh man.
Ugh.
Yeah, Justin was there for part of my shoot for Man vs. Paranormal. And basically I had one scene at the House of Wills where I poured real blood all over me, and on this right outside for a poster shot.
Oh, I thought this
You
was
could-
just common knowledge, not like an inside.
No, there's a picture. I tried to find it real quick.
It's on Man vs. Paranormal on Facebook.
Is it? It's a pretty sweet photo, actually.
Yeah, it's something I envisioned in my head for about 2 months before we shot there. It's like something I wanted to do, and it's because of what's inside the House of Wills is kind of the meaning behind that photo. Yeah, it's on the Facebook page. I can send it to you real quick.
The thing is about doing a photo like that, right?
Mhm.
Most people would use fake blood.
Yeah, most would. Everything I do is real.
That's how you know
No,
he doesn't fake his evidence, because he won't even use fake blood.
The main reason why we didn't use fake blood is because fake blood stains your skin, and so if I ever wanted to redo the shot, it would look horrible. Look like I have dyed skin. It looks horrible. So decided to just do it for real.
So how many times did you do this shot? How many times did you cut yourself to?
I didn't cut myself. I did. I actually got a, phlebotomy. So.
Oh, because you did. Okay.
That's the smart way of doing it.
Well, who says that we're smart?
Yeah, the other one would be probably not really conventional.
Did you get it from the butcher? No, it was his blood.
Yeah. Hold on, I got something for you. I'm trying to get it right now. There it is. Neighbors, paranormal photos. I'm trying to send this photo to you.
Nice.
Investigation interview.
Right.
Official posters. And send. Hopefully this is.
When I tried to get the picture, it just took me. It was like the what's it called? Shot for the video. So I just kept on getting the video.
Oh yeah. 1 second. It should be sent. Jesus, this takes so long. I sent it. It's not going through yet.
Here. Actually, I think I found it. Oh.
Okay, cool. Justin's like, I literally thought the whole neighborhood was going to murder us while we took that photo.
Well, hey,
yeah, we were in Cleveland, Ohio, guys. It was a very bad area. There you go.
Yep.
That's the photo.
That's the photo. No, okay, so here's the thing. It's not just in Cleveland. It was in the city of Cleveland. Okay, the worst project, okay, I should say the worst. The most dangerous projects in the city of Cleveland is literally the next block over. So it's not the city, it's like it's Cleveland, not the city of Cleveland. It's Cleveland. Like when Bone Thugs and Harmony sang about East 1999, they're singing about this neighborhood. Like, this is like not a good neighborhood. Like, when I go there, I worry about my car every single time. I probably shouldn't, but I do. And just because I know I've known people that lived in that neighborhood, growing up close to it, so it's like I know what has gone down, and so I get paranoid. And plus, I've had my car broken into, so that I'm a little bit, scarred by that.
Yeah.
The worst part. Well, the thing is that it's the House of Wills is in that part of Cleveland. That's just where the building's at. So I don't think that Matt Benton ventured into one of the most dangerous areas actually in the country to do a photo of blood dripping down under a crucifix.
Yeah, I stayed there by myself for 3 days.
You could have done that in your backyard. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the idea of that movie was put myself through a psychological type of experience. And
that's the now the House of Wills. They've actually cleaned it up a lot since you were there. It's pretty crazy all the work that they've done. They actually got the roof done. They have electricity in parts of the building. They have plumbing. I bet you should have waited now to do your experiment because they didn't have plumbing when you were there.
Yeah, they didn't. Like they had a porta potty.
Oh, that was like the world's nastiest porta potty. It wasn't just.
And it was also like 10 degrees outside too, so I was shivering while I was sleeping. I was shiver sleeping.
That's crazy.
It was right in the middle of the time Eric Friedman had the entire community in East 55th Street thinking he was summoning the devil in a funeral home in the black community. used to see their dead relatives. Eric was afraid to sleep there, and Matt spent there alone in the middle of the winter while doing evil shit right in broad daylight. Now, here's the thing. Like, if anyone knows about the African American community, they are very much, most of them are, I'm trying to say this
religious,
superstitious, very superstitious. Yes.
Yeah.
And so to even be doing paranormal investigations, I had a coworker who was a very, very nice lady. She would see me walking down the hallway, and she'd turn around and go the other way. She swore up and down that I talk to demons. And so that's just the way that they're taught and what they believe. And here's Matt doing that. So that's
I actually have a behind the scene video of that too. it was I was happy though. It was coming into reality. It's a cool moment.
Cliff is asking, has anyone on podcast tried investigations on magnetism?
Magnetism's is a normal natural thing.
I use a compass. I use a compass for, like, instead of, like, if I want to sometimes, instead of a K2 meter. If that answers your question. What is that? I used to have my own key long ago. Oh. Nice.
Once upon a time, a long time ago. Yeah, so House of Wills.
That was Goose.
I'll just say this: House of Wills was a B-roll heaven. It was B-roll heaven. I loved House of Wills. Mm-hmm. It was also lots of interesting, messed up things that Derek Freeman made in there.
Yeah. Eric Freeman has a very interesting collection. He
actually made some of those things.
Yeah,
he made a statue of Jesus Christ and Mary pretty much having sex, and then cut in half, both of the body parts cut in half.
Yeah, so he is a I don't know exactly the correct term for it, but he's like
he's a
high priest in the Church of Satan. Now, with that being said, Eric is a very, very intelligent guy, and he is extremely nice. I've had a couple conversations with him, and he's very easy to talk to. He's a down to earth guy, you know. And what there's just a lot of different things that he explained to me about Satanism that people have misconceptions about, and it's really, really interesting once you kind of learn different, aspects of looking at things.
Yeah.
House of Wills with nightmare fuel when they're, yeah. Well, the thing is that the thing is that when you guys are there's no electricity, right? And that presents a lot of when you're filming. I mean, how are you gonna charge your batteries? How are you gonna do? You have to find alternative ways. I'm sure you had a generator or something.
I had to have I didn't use the generator, and all of it was just pre-charged. Wow. Had a lot of extra batteries. So, yeah. So you probably spent as much on batteries as we're talking like camera batteries. We're not talking just like regular AA, AAA, and 9-volt batteries. We're talking like rechargeable camera batteries. You probably spent as much on camera batteries as every other investigator has spent just on equipment. And then you have the same amount of equipment as, if not more, than the average investigator. So that's a huge
3 days.
Yeah. Now, how did your lungs feel after being in that building for 3 days?
Fine. It was more of the cold that sucked.
Oh man, dude, after being there for like 6 to 8 hours, my lungs hurt so bad just because of I don't know maybe it's the asbestos in the air, but it was not good.
What year did you go?
The last time I was there,
Or like when you're having those issues?
I don't know. It was a while ago. It was before the new management company took over, so it's been a while. It was the first time I was there was, I think, before you filmed there,
Okay.
and then I went there again one other time. Like I want to say it was right after X Division broke up. So that wasn't that long ago. What, 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was a very sad breakup.
I would say that. I mean, we're all good friends, but I mean, that was fun. That was a fun thing to be a part of.
I was just messing. Yeah, I remember when you guys were getting Marcus in.
that was it's always interesting when working with Marcus. I know you were right.
Yeah, I was working with him. Yeah, and he's a ball of energy. I'll say that much.
Ooh, nonstop. He's now on Dead Republic, and then nonstop. Like he's the Energizer Bunny on crack. Or on
there's only one other person I met that was similar to him, and that was Eric. Eric, I forget his last name. He worked on the documentary with me. Oh shit! Why am I forgetting his name? It's gonna annoy me now. I'll look him up. Give him some credit.
Rob Yox.
Connor. Eric Connor.
Eric Connor. Nice.
Yeah.
He says
Yeah,
that Full Spectrum Universe is here, listening with love. Loving the show. All right.
So how did you two first meet?
Us? I think the first time we actually met physically was at this event. It was at the hospital.
St. Joseph.
Was it St. Joseph? Yeah.
I think it was St. Joe's or St. Joseph's.
I don't remember the hospital name, but it was it was a while ago. 2017, I think.
Yeah, Greg Faketic and Tri-C ran that location.
Okay.
Yeah.
That hospital. It was like in Elyria or I don't know, somewhere west side of Cleveland.
And then we just met again recently at MadCon. Most of it was just on online. But yeah, it was I think the only 2 times.
You have any embarrassing stories with Shawn that you know?
No.
Only the ones that are on Ectovision videos.
This is one time. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we mainly just talked online a bit, so nothing embarrassing really happens when you're just messaging.
Yeah,
most of the time
we would share some evidence and stuff, and
and you just saw the newest episode on my channel, which I was pretty impressed with some of that evidence that we got.
Yeah, definitely. And now I asked a question on there. I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it now because I'm actually let me play the intro for it, and then I actually still have the YouTube video up if there's any clips you want me to show. But I really feel like people just need to watch it.
Okay,
but we can show more if you want. So here we go.
Oh, the Harrisville haunting. Okay.
That's the one, right?
Yep.
I do not believe that any exorcism, any ritual of a religious nature, or any one could ever clear that home of the very negative spirits which are involved in it.
I almost wanted to say it was commonplace to see things move on their own. Zero reading.
The rocket ship.
It's moving! It's moving!
Dude, I swear to God, I thought one of you guys were in here. What do you think of Matt?
So
Yeah,
that was the wrong one. What is this video? So
Yeah, that was I didn't post it on Facebook, I posted it on YouTube, but that was the documentary for that I'm working on with Joe, Billy, and Eric. And actually, I was in the middle of editing it, like kind of before this stuff. So
nice. Yeah, I my bad. Yeah, I picked the wrong intro to play, but that's still something we want to talk about, and we can go back to the it was the Lesson County Hospital was the one I watched today, right?
yeah, Lassen County evidence was insane, dude. Like it was, I think, the best investigation I've had in a long time.
I mean, you guys actually let me just jump in and do this real quick.
Okay. Yeah, that's
because we're gonna
happy about
talk,
that one.
Yeah, I mean it's
Evidence is so important to me, guys. So like when you capture something phenomenal like this, I already knew this had to be like a episode.
Oh, this is the full episode I pulled up here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I don't really have a trailer for that one. I just like put it straight into
Oh, well then I'll just play the intro.
Okay. Yeah, it was basically that was only a full episode. Probably should have made a
Yeah.
It's more slower paced.
So where do you get the music for all this stuff? B-roll.
Takes so long to find the right music. Mackey Mansion, one of the other locations that's one of the most active locations I've ever investigated.
What the hell
What
was
the
that?
heck?
This is live, by the way. All this stuff happened live.
Whoa!
Very
Holy
beginning.
crap!
The shadow kind of darted down, and I heard like a.
That's what it was.
What is that?
A pebble. This is it. This is exactly what it was. I literally saw it hit my shoulder.
Use the energy we have in this room from our equipment.
Oh, shit. Right here. Right here.
2 times someone was hit with a pebble in this location.
It's just hit my arm. Oh, I've got a killer headache right now.
That's what happened to Dante before he got attacked. So
Awesome.
just let you know.
So just keep an eye on that if something does happen.
So
he does get attacked. He gets scratched on the back. Go watch the episode, guys. It's like it's a pretty extreme episode. It's really interesting. And actually, what I was referencing is I investigated the Mackey Mansion back in 2000. I think it was 2014. I investigated also, and literally the exact same side effects that Jason was mentioning was what Dante went through right before he got attacked. And sure enough, he got attacked the same way. And so I just recognized the patterns. When you're in the paranormal field for a while, you start noticing patterns and things. And for that specific investigation, there was a pattern. So,
yeah, I would say for sure. Real quick. Hi, Ken Allen. How's it going, brother? And real quick, Brian, Justin answered your question. There are loyalty-free music websites people use for videos, and some are free. Some you pay for licensing. So
I pay a lot of what I use now is a lot of paid licensing. I spend
I was wondering,
almost $400 in music.
Yeah, because there's like, story blocks or audio blocks, or like there's different websites that kind of have like a whole library for them, and they also have like different B-roll and different clips you could use, 4K, etc. I was wondering if you got involved in one of those, or
I search all over the internet, and I get music from different places. It depends on what I'm trying to go for. And
so if there's like a team that's been doing this for 1, 2, 3 years, they want to make their first documentary, and they say, "Hey, Matt, what's going on? I mean, your documentaries are great. I love the B-roll, love the music. Where do we go to find this stuff?" What do you say?
There's I go to Artlist. There's also this other one that I go to called Loop Masters is one of my favorites, and that's all stuff you have to pay for. And so, and then there's for free stuff. There's Coag Music. He's a YouTuber. He allows you to put stuff. You just give him credit. He allows you to take his music that he does, and also there's another YouTuber. I forgot his name though. There's a couple of YouTubers out there that just specialize in music and ambient stuff and all that. So, and you could just ask for permission, or sometimes it says it in the description box that you're allowed to use the music. So, of the YouTube videos.
This intro of Into the Abyss is actually right here. Oh, that's not it. I must have deleted it. Oh, look at me doing stuff. So I had an old intro from Into the Abyss, and my buddy, he's one of those YouTubers that posts music, and he lets people use it. He's strongly influenced by Trent Reznor and from Nine Inch Nails, and he believes in that sharing the music that way. So
I think it's smart if you're like a smaller music guy. I think it's smart because that means you're going to get more recognized by a whole bunch of other people using your stuff.
Yep.
I think Justin shared a link involving probably that channel.
There it is.
Yeah, Coag Music is a good one. I think that's what he shared. I'm not 100%. Let me look. I'm curious now.
Now, real quick, Matt, just because I've got to do this. Have you been to the Hinsdale House?
Not yet. No, not yet.
No? Well, I have to say we are sponsored by the Hinsdale House. So, guys, go to the Patreon page and help support them. They just built, based on their Patreons, they built a new front porch. They have a dock that they built into the pond. They built steps going up the path into the woods. So, I mean, this money goes directly to the location. So please help them out, become a Patreon, and plus you get to be a part of a lot of the announcements. Nick Groff just did a special investigation there. The Patreons had first dibs on tickets to go to that special event. So make sure you do that. They can use the help. So thank you so much to the Hinsdale House for continuing to support us. All right. So I did my plug. Oh, and when you go, get Ghost Cam.
Get Ghost Cam.
Get Ghost Cam.
So there had to have been a point where, you go on these podcasts, you go on these different shows, and you had a regular light, and then at some point you switch to the red light. What's the symbolism there? I mean, what made you do the whole jump?
I went to the red light because Devil's Hour Productions. It kind of fit with my name. So, and I also like the color red and black. It's my two favorite colors.
Okay.
Wish my background was black right now.
Yeah. You could even have like an accent wall or something. You can have the other walls white, but just have a black accent wall. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make this happen.
One thing about red, it doesn't glow in the dark. This glows in the dark.
Yeah, I like white too.
Hey there,
hello, Josh Bender.
Bender.
We were just talking not too long ago. Yeah,
Josh, I was told. Hold on, Josh. I was told to send the parrot pooch to you, so I might talk to you about that again. Okay, sorry, I won't interrupt again.
So that investigation was. If you guys go to the channel Devil's Hour Productions, you guys can watch that investigation. I love promoting evidence, like actual legitimate evidence, because there's so much fake stuff going around, and when you actually get like something totally legit as caught on camera, it's an awesome moment. Like
it really,
like something
big. It really is. And that's what I was going to say. I really enjoyed about your documentary was there wasn't a whole lot of like there was a lot of build up to it. There was the moment you're on the podcast and you guys are like, hey, let's raise the money, and then you kind of built up to it. And then after that, it was just like, it was your experiences. And then it was a lot of raw footage. I like that. I like the raw. I like that it doesn't, I know you put a lot of production into it, but when you come to the findings and everything, it's the raw deal, and it's awesome to watch.
Yeah. That one this was not a very highly investigated location, and I could not find enough history on that place. Like I searched everywhere online, and the history is like literally a couple paragraphs. There you go. So it's like, damn, I can't get anything out of this one. So I usually do a little bit of history in my episodes, but I couldn't do that for this one. I know. We were mentioning that earlier, Josh. I should have wore mine.
Well, you're in the photo that we use for the poster. You have the dead light on your camera right there. Boom on that
yep.
Canon.
On my profile photo.
Brian, the camera that he's holding is the one that I was telling you about that I want one day.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's Canon XA40, which is a 4K. It's the newer Canon. It came out last year, actually. So it's a nice one. It's definitely nice.
It is. Yeah, so you could see there. Oh, well, I can't see it because it's here if I go big screen. But you could see the dead light, the big light that's on there. That's which dead light is that?
That dead light is the Necro Night Shot. So it's LED light and also IR. So 40 watts of IR, 15 watts of LED.
That's awesome. I'm a big fan. Everybody knows that. I think I'm a big fan of dead light. I wish I could afford.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to. I scrolled and I lost the picture to. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's a useful for both using for filmmaking and investigating. That's why I like in between having the LED light and also having the IR capability. It's pretty awesome. I knew right away. Actually, I remember talking to Josh about it. I was like, "Are you ever going to make a this?" Because I had one of the very first deadlights ever made. I think I had Josh, which one was it? Third or fourth? I had like the third or fourth one ever made, and I used it for Man vs. Paranormal, and I didn't have the Necro night shot yet, but I mentioned it to him. I was like, "Are you going to be making one with LED lights in it also?" And he said he was in the middle of that. He already made one, but it was for him. So yeah, it was right. That was like a cool idea. I've always thought would be a good idea. IR and also LED light at once, switching.
So I have an old demon, and I set up a rig for our investigation so I could use it with my still camera. And I was talking to Josh. I'm like, dude, you should make a flash. Like, how cool would that be? Now, this is just me, like, not knowing. Again, I'm not techie. I'm not mechanical. I have no clue how much it actually go into making a flash. Like, I'm like, yeah, dude, you could do it. It'd be easy for you. So, but then we came to the conclusion. I'm looking for the stupid camera. But we came to the conclusion that it has a built-in flash, so we probably wouldn't be able to do it. But that would be an awesome thing to have, like an IR flash.
He already has it on his. He has his deadlights do flashing. Mine does flashing right now.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the one that the demon I have is old. Well, I have two demons. I don't
know about the demons, but the Necros, he has it that capable of flashing.
Look at that, me. I don't have a Necro. I need one. But
yeah, it's a cord. He has a control from a cord.
Oh,
where you control that. Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, so this is the one I have here.
Yeah, mine's in the. I might be getting that one made for my helmet. That's a demon. Yeah.
Nice. Yep. I have the demon for my Q. I feel like, oh man, okay, I can't find.
I have number 25 now. I'm talking about back in Man vs. Paranormal.
Yeah,
I gave you that one back. I gave Josh the early one back to him, and I think he used it and gave it to someone else.
Right on. That's really cool.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So like.
I thought you could say something.
I thought you could say something.
I was just waiting.
Okay. So I'm like looking around because like so I just done like a little like preemptive investigation on these chairs that I got. I don't know if anyone saw the live feed or the little video that I made for it. So I have stuff out, and I also have stuff out because I was loading the files onto my external hard drive for Mr. Mersall here, so he can have a copy of it from our investigation. So like I'm looking around for it. Oh, it's over there. Oh, I'm not getting it. So, yeah, that's why I was looking around those, because I was looking for stuff. Because I don't know, I'm a visual person, so I like to show stuff. So
yeah, me too.
Oh, here it is. It has a strobe feature. It doesn't work like a flash. Like, okay, it's kind of close though. It's kind of close. Now
you can also slow down the strobe too, so it's like kind of just flashing.
Okay. What if you had deadlight headlights, like a spotlight for your truck?
So you mean like a more of a focal light, one that's like a hot in the middle,
like a deadlight IR, like fog lights for your Humvee. So I know you're gonna have one day.
You know that there's lights, IR lights for snipers. That is more of a focal light, so it could be like a pinpoint light. So
yeah,
they have those ones.
Yeah, like that. I guess you're right. I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. Yeah.
Yes. So focal lights are pretty cool. Very, very bright. I think Streamlight makes them, or Surefire.
Right on.
But I think Josh is trying to make things that aren't in the business yet.
Yeah.
And that's what makes his so good. Is like
he makes it better too.
Yeah. Like it's like the durability is amazing.
Mm-hmm. The durability is awesome, and it's not like an overwhelming a lot of light. You can, with a lot of the lights that are out, you can end up with like a really hot area, a very bright area, and then but with Josh's lights, it's very even. You get a very crisp picture.
It disperses. Yeah, it also there's no hot spots with it, because he has the diffuser on it. The diffuser spreads out the light, and I like that.
Justin Brown said, "Let's make a deadlight freaking laser." Yes,
the military
laser beams.
The military has IR lasers too.
Make a deadlight laser. Sharks with laser beams. Sorry, I'm referencing a movie from 1990 something. Aging myself. Do you guys know Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's fucking Spaceballs or something, but yeah, it is Austin Powers.
Not that old.
I could like hear it in my head, and for some reason I thought it was Spaceballs. What a shame. Dang.
It's all not that old.
But you know what? You know what time it is?
Oh,
Mr. Matt. It's time to enter the abyss. Are you ready, my friend?
I've been ready.
All right. 13 quick-fire questions. You can answer as fast as you can, but you could be as detailed as you want. The goal is to go.
Sorry, I was trying to do the thing. How do you do the thing?
Trying to do folk, like make it bigger.
Oh yeah, no, here it is. All right,
that's the thing.
Are you ready for these questions, Matt? Can you hear me A-okay?
I hear you A-okay.
Groovy. Let's begin. What's the craziest paranormal experience you've ever had?
Probably having a piece of brick thrown at me.
What's your go-to investigation hat and why?
Mackey Mansion, because it's always been active every single time I went. Extremely active.
You've been in the paranormal field for over 12 years. What got you first involved?
9 years. What got me involved was an experience at the old Washoe Club in Virginia City, Nevada, where a piece of brick was thrown at me. And actually,
you saved that piece of brick? Do you have that at home?
Yes, I did. I saved it. It's actually it's right here.
Sorry,
it's
Brian.
Bones and bricks.
Yes, and it's in a wood box.
I have a collection. That's actually where this bone was too. Here, I'll put the bone back.
This is perfect.
Whoops, wrong one.
Collection of shit that's been thrown at me for pissing off spirits.
Where did I? Oh yeah, I forgot. I was taking it to Virginia City, so it's in my other bag. Forgot about that. Dang it! Well, never mind. I have to put it back in here later. But yeah, I have that. It's just in my bag. I have to go get that in a bit.
Very cool. Hey, what's your cringiest paranormal moment?
Oh my god. I have a number of them. Go watch my old shit. Go watch Paranormal Extreme Crew. That's just all cringe 24/7. That was back in 2011, 2012 when I first was starting out.
So when you actually sit down and write your scripts for the intro, like what you're going to say, where do you get your inspiration for that? How do you string the words together?
Well, it's I feel like I'm not that great of a writer, but it's basically all I do is I kind of concentrate sometimes with music, like this focus music, and then think about what I want to say and try and break things down. But yeah, it's not anything like too crazy. It's just.
What's your favorite documentary you've ever worked on?
I think in some aspects, Man vs. Paranormal, just because it was an interesting experience and I learned some things from it too. It was an interesting psychological experience, and I've also come up with new theories based off of that investigation.
So you have a new team. Let's just say they're about 3 years old, and they come to you and they say, "Matt, I want to maybe we want to build a POV helmet. What are the essentials?"
Well, if they want to do it this exact same way as mine, basically you would need able to put a battery pack on there. You would need a IR POV cam. You would need a good IR light so it reaches a good length, a good distance. So always go to dead light. And then
There you go.
and
There you
then
go.
I also like to have another light on it, just in case if your other main light goes out, you still have a helmet light. So
What's your most symbolic tattoo?
this one's my origin story. Shadow People in Old Washoe Club, where I had my big experience. Used to see Shadow People all the time when I was a kid, and the Old Washoe Club is where I had that piece of brick thrown back in 2011.
Who's your favorite person to investigate with?
Marcus Haug.
I would say Justin, because we think very similarly in aspects of the paranormal. So I like I like that, and also it's more of like when I do investigation with him, we kind of build off theories a bit. So yeah.
So if I created a time machine and you went back in time and you had the opportunity to go work on a scary movie, what scary movie would you like to go work on?
Probably the Conjuring movie. The Conjuring films are my favorite probably my favorite horror films, just because of the music choice that James Wan does. The cinematography is absolutely amazing. But it's Hollywood and they make it pretty, Hollywood like, but I think it's good films.
Okay. All right, Matt, you and me, we're about to go investigate, but of course, before we go, we got to get a little pump on. What's your favorite pre-investigation workout?
Dumbbells and push-ups.
Very, very good.
And yeah. It's actually funny. I kind of do.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. You got to get the blood flowing. So, speaking of which, because that's at the beginning of the investigation, towards the end, I mean, how do you and your team stay awake during these long investigations?
Caffeine, but at the same time, sometimes I'm just a night person in general, so usually I can stay up just fine.
Okay. And the last and number 13 question. What's one location you've never been to but always wanted to go?
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
And Provalia. Those are my top two.
Oh.
Well, congratulations, Matt. You just made it out of the abyss.
That
was good stuff.
Oh, I've always wanted to go to Italy and go to that island.
Just imagining how much death has been on that island it's fascinating to me. I'm like, I want to be on that island, and that's what I said. I'll only do Man vs. Paranormal 2 if I could get access to the island, and I'll stay there for a whole week.
Got enough money, you get access to anything. So got to get the funding.
Oh yeah, Man vs. Paranormal though. Imagine being stuck on an island by yourself for a week on a very haunted island.
Yeah,
now that's stepping it up from the first one.
That would be awesome, and then you can like have like provisions dropped to you from a helicopter or from a drone, so you don't leave. Don't have any contact with humans
exactly
at all. So if you need something, it's got to come via drone because helicopters are too expensive.
Yeah, it's something I thought about a lot. Like when I was at Monroe House, I got rid of my cell phone and I got rid of my car keys, so I could just be completely isolated from everyone.
I couldn't. I don't know. The Monroe House,
what if it becomes isn't that like a safety issue? Did you work out the logistics of this?
Yeah, it's a safety issue, but that's part of me being me.
Yeah.
There's risk always involved with some of my ideas.
Well, do you know if someone could even be messing with you, or you just assume that they're not, or
they're not in the situations that I captured because it was within inside the building, and I have some on video too. That's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Now, where can people see Man vs. Paranormal?
It's so there's a lot of things that happened with that. I went back to California at the time when I was editing it, and my life got extremely busy when I went back to California, and then got back into editing it, and then there was falling out in certain things because of me, and so basically it was very much delayed in a lot of ways. And so it's after this documentary film I'm working on now, because now I'm allowed to make it again, I am going to go back to it. So
nice. That's good to hear. And so earlier I played the intro for your next video, which is at the Conjuring House, which is awesome. It's the bucket list. That place just recently opened for investigations not too long ago.
yeah.
When can we expect to see that?
We're trying to release it this year. So we're editing it right now, actually. So
nice. And that's going to be on Amazon.
yes.
Nice. I'm excited.
Ask Matt about our idea about his next viral video idea. Oh, yes.
Ooh. Well, I guess we don't have to ask. Oh, is someone else trying to, we're both trying to click on
I'm
it.
so sorry. I even waited a second, and it still didn't help.
Yeah, we were talking about this. I was like, you know what? I want to do all the bucket list crazy shit that I wanted to do to myself and do it all at once, which is I already been pepper sprayed, but we'll do again for this video. Pepper sprayed. Then I want to be tased, and then I want to get shot by a real gun in a bulletproof vest. And then I want to all at once, and then jump out of a plane with a parachute. Just do all these things in one go.
I see a bright future for you on TikTok.
Yeah, get like 1,000 subscribers first. You can go live, and
Yeah, I got 1,000. Woo!
And so, yeah, that was the idea, and I am actually super down for it. Except I don't know.
That is insane, though. Like, have you seen like the videos of when they first were inventing bulletproof vests?
Yeah.
Man, those people were freaking fearless. So are you talking about like, oh, what is Josh saying about rubber bullets, beanbags?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Get a rubber bullet straight to some part of my body. They're non-lethal rounds. It's what
I know what
uses.
they are. I mean, you saw them all over the news like a month ago.
Yeah,
all
they
his
hurt.
only remark was okay. That's really all she had to say to that. Okay.
The only thing that I think would be a downfall for it is not being able to see after being pepper sprayed and skydiving. So maybe I should be pepper sprayed right when I land, because I would like to see where I'm going.
Pepper spray. No, you got to have like a mechanism. So like you're like mid-flight, you pepper spray to the eyes, then someone with the sniper shoots you in your bulletproof vest. While
in the air.
Someone else gets you right in the gonads with a rubber bullet, and then as you're getting shot in the gonads with a rubber bullet, you're getting tased in the ass, and then Justin Brown says you have to land in a tank of sharks, dude. You are
awesome.
making that you are making.
You're the only one that said in the butt, tase in the butt. You're the only one that suggested that. No one else put that in your head. That came from inside, buddy. Don't you?
Yeah,
I did that.
You know, I've been tased before already, and I've also been pepper sprayed, and also had an MMA fighter choke me out. Did all this on video except for the tasing. That one I just did for when I was at the gun shop. So, yeah.
Is it like a taser gun, or do you do like one of the?
It was one of those contact tasers. I want the prong ones though. I do want the gun version. They have more ampage, so it literally locks up your body. This one is more of a sting, And then Josh is like wrestle a bear.
What kind of, are we talking about a California brown bear? Are we talking like a black bear?
Either one, you're fucking dead. Either one, you're dead.
I'm thinking like a POV camera that you're gonna make. Like, okay, that's great for ghost hunting, but then you could strap on the pepper spray and then you
covered in honey with with the murder hornets.
Oh, dude.
Yes, send the murder hornets at the same time.
Yes, and a mountain lion just to bring a little bit of your hometown into you.
You can be like the guys like Man vs. Wild, but like you go into like the haunted location, it's like, you know, pitch dark, 3:33 in the morning, and you're like, okay, now this is when like the tarantula hawk's gonna sting my arm. You know, like just those small there's ghosts too, you know.
I had a friend that was stinged by a tarantula hawk. They said it was like horrible. I was there for that.
It could be you.
Now, there was a conversation that you and I had, Matt, where you said that you are all about getting the interaction. You are willing to do pretty much anything to get the interaction. What is the craziest thing that you've ever done to get evidence, or I call interaction?
I tied myself up to a chair and up at the Old Lincoln County Jail and was trying to act as bait towards the inmates. And I also was blindfolded, and I was left up there alone by myself for a while I was tied up.
Was this on the top floor?
Top floor.
Nice.
Everyone else is down at the very bottom. Everyone else.
Nice. I went through there with nothing for light other than a camera and a laser pen. You know, one of those ghost stop laser pens.
Oh, great things.
Yeah, that was my flashlight, and I got spooked. So I think it was the second floor where I had enough. I felt like I was being rushed. That's the thing about being like an empath. Like doing something like that for me is like extreme, because I like you take away my sight, I can't see where I'm going. My sensors around me, it's like my energy field is like my radar expands. That's how it feels. I don't know how to explain it really, but it's like it's insane. So that's when Jeff fell in love. I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, Matt's been really busy working on the next documentary. I'll tell you guys, it's a real doozy.
So
no,
go ahead.
I was going to say, and also I think one of the more extreme things I do when it comes to debunking evidence, when a client of mine was scratched and it looked a little off to me, it didn't look like they were self-inflicted, I decided to cut myself multiple times to show the difference. That's in my episode.
Wow.
So to show give a reference point of what self-inflicted scratches look like compared to non-self-inflicted scratches.
Okay. I mean that is extreme. I mean, how else are you gonna know? I mean, what are you gonna do? Go buy a pig from the grocery store? So I mean, wow.
Yes, because scratches.
Wow,
yes, it was nothing. Scratches.
They're just scratches, right? You're not like drawing.
It's not like I'm cutting open my.
Yeah.
No, I drew a little bit of blood. But it's not cutting into my muscles.
What'd you use?
So I'm good.
Like
a knife, paperclip, and fingernails.
So like 3 different things.
Yes.
Nice.
Do you explain to clients like the 3 layers of the skin? Like this is going to affect the epidermis layer, and just like go real deep into it, or just visual?
So basically, it's you were just trying to do the very first layer of skin, because that's what I was trying to mimic her scratches.
Yeah.
And first thing that you think of is someone using their fingernails, and hers were definitely not fingernails because they're too thick. When you do them, these were pin needle thin. And so, what were you going to say, Shawn?
I was just going to make a quick disclaimer, because Holly Miner made this comment. We do not support hurting yourself, self-inflicting pain. If you need help, please reach out. We're here for you. But and we're not saying that Matt Benton is all there either, but this was for scientific purposes in his brain. And so it was he was debunking. So we do not promote self-harm. But
don't
you
promote it.
Feel that way. We are here to help you, and we're open to talk at any time. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, agreed. I do everything for science reasons.
I like how you laugh at that.
Because it just sounded funny to me.
I do it for scientific purposes. So,
yes,
it's okay if you hurt yourself for science.
Exactly. For me, it's for the better. I'm just a body. It can take a little bit.
Now, speaking of going extreme, right? Brian and we have recently gotten the go-ahead. We do need to get some dates, but we just got the go-ahead where we're going to kind of do like our own little paranormal challenge. Right, Brian?
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to do a thing, guys. We need ideas for in a haunted location. I'm not going to disclose the location yet, but at a haunted location, we're going to go and we are going to do a live investigation. We'll do our podcast live from there, and then we are going to do our challenges. Some of our challenge ideas are going to come from the listeners or our supporters. So we're going to start thinking of ideas for things for us to do. Keeping in mind that I am a sensitive empath and Brian is very well grounded, and so it'll be interesting to put him to the test, and I guess it'd be interesting to put me to the test too. But I'm interested to see Brian put to the test because he's so just like even like level he. Just Matt's face on it.
That's the next T-shirt.
We do have a location picked out.
So
I've gotten the okay for it, but we haven't picked a date, and I don't want to like prematurely say anything, and then have to change it. But yeah, go ahead, Brian.
So the whole premise is a lot of the time we bring a lot of value to the community by bringing on guests, which is, I mean, the bread and butter of our show.
Wait. You brought value to bringing me? I'm confused.
Matt, I'm a businessman. We just created millions of dollars for you so you could rent out that island, my friend. This is what I'm talking about. Right. You get your cut. Don't you worry, my friend. Touch this. All right.
That's from a post on Facebook that somebody made from a song. I said that it was they're going to make a rap album Justin was making a rap album, and I said that he was going to do a remake of Salt and Pepper.
Yeah. So a lot of the huge guests really bring a lot of value, and trust me, Matt, there's a ton of people that really enjoy you having on here. And I mean, just from me and my perspective, I love to hear how different people started. What's your advice for new groups? Because we're always learning and growing together. But we've been doing the show for almost 2 years. Well, I mean, Shawn, I mean, I've only been on for like a few months now, but the goal is for us to just do kind of like shows by ourselves sometimes, and kind of, just talk to the people and get them to know a little bit more about us, and answer some questions about what we think. But then we said, okay, well, after we do that for an hour, let's do it at a haunted location. We could talk about the location, talk about the history, have something to talk about. So it's like we're almost interviewing the location, and then we're gonna go say we have the location for 8 hours. We'll do the podcast like usual, maybe an hour, and then we'll go investigate together for maybe 3 hours, and then we're gonna go do solo runs. Like say there's 4 quadrants. Just do 4 different locations, and then just like Shawn was saying, let's get like a wheel of misfortune. You click it. For the first half of the solo run, you have to be blindfolded. It could be anything. Like you actually don't have a flashlight now. You have to just use the camera and the IR light. And the goal is to get ideas from everyone else, but not you, Matt. Matt, I don't.
He's scared of your ideas.
I don't
No, Matt. I want some ideas because I want to see this guy push.
Yeah. Go get
I haven't
the
seen
wooden chair for 2 hours and don't move and hold your breath. I'm not that. But
I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story here, okay? So after our last investigation at that nunnery, he lives like an hour or so away, and we were there until like 5 a.m. or something like that. So I crashed at his house, and so we're like sitting at his kitchen table, whatever, and we're having some snacks, and it was time to go and lay down, and I'm going. He had me sleeping in the basement, and he's like, "Good luck," and he has this look, the look that he made on his face. It's not the fact that he said good luck; it was the look that he made on his face. I'm like, what do you mean good luck? I'm like, he's just messing with me, whatever. Because I knew he has this collection of dolls down there, and I'm like, whatever. And he told me a story of some knocking and a voice that he heard from the basement. I'm like, whatever. I've lived in haunted homes like most of my life, whatever. Like, not a big deal. So I go downstairs, and he has a bathroom down there. And since I was the only one down there, I didn't close the little curtain door thing that's there. Is yours? Mine's a curtain door in the basement.
It's called. This is stupid that I can't think of it. It's the ones that you can pull out of the wall.
Yeah, it's a slider door.
Yeah. I was just like, whatever. Then something empathically told me, look over your shoulder. So I did just that, and I looked over my shoulder. Now I saw a short, like seriously, about knee high. That's about the height. And it was like a swirling, a pocket door. Yes. Thank you.
So I saw like a swirling dark shadow. Like it was like almost like it was like a wisp of like that, but it like went across the doorway. I was like, what the fuck was that? And so it kind of like I wasn't expecting anything like that. And I was like, I was trying to like, and I'm the like analyzer. Like I'm like thinking like what would be short like that? I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm like, does he like have something dark attached to one of these dolls? What am I sleeping with? So I'm like totally sketched myself out as I'm taking a leak here. So I went upstairs and I just sat back up at the table, and I heard Brian walk down the hallway. I'm like, Brian, what the fuck's in your basement? He's laughing at me. So anyways,
yeah.
I need to get a reaction like that out of him because, damn it, I need to get him back.
For me, the most extreme the situation, the worse it is, the happier I get.
That's the way I feel. So I don't know, because like the majority of my paranormal adventure has been like I'm leading a group and I'm bringing people that either haven't been on a lot of investigations, it's their first investigation. My thing is, listen, I don't even care if we capture on camera. I want people to have personal experiences. I want you to have a good time. How can I let you experience the most out of this location? And, oh yeah, so we went to this haunted nunnery, haunted school. I said, Shawn, you're getting in this tunnel. He's like, I'm too old. I said, dude, you're getting in this creepy old tunnel.
Oh, dude, I wasn't even worried about the creep factor of that tunnel. I always worried about the 8 screws in my spine. So we're in this tunnel, and we're crawling through this nasty-ass freaking roach turd tunnel underneath the school. Okay, this is a school that is a building that is used for special needs adults.
Yeah.
Right? Did I say that correctly? So, I don't know what the
Who
hell.
knows these days?
I know what the hell's down there. It was nasty, and I was putting my hands in some nasty crap. I was getting, and then my knees started hurting. I'm like, I'm not used to being on my knees, you know, and yeah, I ended up complaining a lot.
But I'm there with you, Matt. Like, let's ramp it up. Let's have, like if people are feeling stuff, all right, go over there by yourself. Like try and communicate with the spirits one-on-one. I mean, maybe that's what they're trying to say.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
the thing is, I never get attacked by these things. It's always people around me.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't understand why. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see it as an unfortunate. I'm kind of the same way as you. Maybe it's because we're so grounded, or I really don't know. But boy, I'm so worried about everyone else having a good time. And I mean, I'm pretty grounded, which is a good thing. And I like when other people have experiences, and if I have one, I'll take it on the chin. I'll be like, this is fantastic. But I'm happy with everyone else having stuff. It gets me excited when people are scared, when people have a great time. When Shawn was freaked out in the basement with the haunted dolls. I mean, that was like a 5-star hotel down there. You had a beautiful bed in that cold,
creepy ass
basement.
Oh, he hooked it up. He really did though. He hooked it up. I don't know. The last time I was there was when we played the Scary Game Saturdays, and that bed was not there. So I'm thinking that maybe I feel like he did it just for me because I'm special. And so it was really nice. It was a very comfortable bed. One thing is, it was very like it's not something I could like bring a lady friend or my wife onto, because it had a lot of movement to it. Other than that, it was very comfortable. I would have slept well if the lights weren't on.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Or something I was going to say earlier, but then I forgot about it. But yeah, for me, how long have you been doing this, Brian?
7 years.
Yeah. I've gotten to a point that I just care about the evidence. Like, I've gotten to the point to where I just I want to capture it with all means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying, that you just want people to have a good time and everything.
That's your way.
I'm past that. I just want evidence. I'm like, have a camera on you, have audio on you, and we need to capture it. And that's
no, Matt. The thing is that you want to capture it. You want to have the evidence so you can make your documentaries, so you can share it with people. So where you're at is not very far from where Brian's at. You just like to share the experiences in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like having, like, here's the thing, like, I want to one day, I finally have you know how long it took me to get something moving on video? It took me so long. Like, my first time was in 2017. My second time was just recently. So it's so hard to capture that on video. I've experienced it many times, but it's harder to catch it on video.
Mm-hmm.
And
did something move? And the documentary that I watched, the cupboard door,
Lawson County.
Door.
Yes,
not the front one, but the back one.
Oh yeah, that one's a different one. I think that one was. It's definitely interesting. We were trying to debunk it in multiple ways. Maybe it could be the wind somehow, because wind does move differently than probably a leaf blower. But it took a lot of the leaf blower to move it. But so basically, my most intriguing one to me personally is what we captured at the Lassen County Hospital. I captured a piece of debris flipping over on its own. And you can show that if you want. It's on the YouTube channel. It's Lassen County Hospital.
What do you know the timestamp?
I think it was 16-minute mark. 1 second. Let me look again. Yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome.
That's how you've known, like, you put so much love into it, where, like, the timestamps. I'm with you. Like you, there's so much time. Oh shit.
Oh wait, no, that was on his version of the episode. I think it was. 1 second, I'm getting the exact time for you. I'm displaying noise.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing. Like, I've grown up with the paranormal. Like, I don't know. I get the thing is like I get like this energy. I don't know. I feel like I'm at when it comes to acting brave, I feel like I'm at a serious disadvantage with being an empath because of how deeply I feel things, and it's like I don't know. If I didn't feel things the way that I did, I could go into a room blindfolded if I didn't feel it. But I feel the spirits around me. I when I'm surrounded by spirit, I feel it, and it's not a comfortable feeling. If I piss the spirit off, I feel that anger. It's not a comfortable feeling.
Yeah, 9:23 is when it happens.
9:23.
Yeah, I got the two mixed up because there's two versions of this episode: the haunted side version and my version. And I think I named the time frame for his. There you go. It's around there, yeah. So this is, well, actually, it doesn't matter. You just watch the full episode if you want to see this part and what this represents. But yeah, this is pretty cool right here. You can play it.
All right.
That was cool.
All right.
Again, we got something thrown at us.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep on trucking.
1 second.
Whoa. Listen.
Right in the middle of the floor.
Closely down the hallway, you will see a piece of debris flip over on its own. When the debris flips over, you can even hear it has a little bit of weight to it by the sound. You also don't see any other debris affected around it, only that one.
Sweet. And then it happens. I didn't even. We didn't even know I caught it on camera, and so until after reviewing. And then here, I caught it again on my camera, around the different moment. Hold on, let me get that for you.
I mean, it's how, but what? I don't know. Sometimes it's like spirit does things. It's like, what is it, just to make a noise? So it flipped it over to make a noise to try and get a reaction.
I don't know what. I think that.
What do they get out of like flipping over a piece of tile?
I think this is something involving Patrick, because I think he's a legitimate poltergeist case, and the reasoning why is because if you go watch his episodes, he gets stuff moving all the time, and
so you think he has an attachment to him?
Either attachment or he's the cause, one of the two. And so it's weird because it happens all around him. And I got to witness it firsthand. And I'm not kidding you, someone was thrown like 6 or 7 times during this investigation. Yeah, and so that's why I called this a real poltergeist, because it really was. And if you go to where is it? Go to the 31:26 mark. There. Yeah, you can play it from there.
All right, here we go.
Okay, this is your chance, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody's in here, or the spirits that are in here, we invite you up to the second floor. Come and talk through Matt.
First, look at all that gear. you got on.
Yeah.
You got the pouch around the belt. You got the looks like a I mean, you look like you came out of a Ghostbusters movie, man. You got a lot of
Yeah, that's how I got my nickname, Matt Tactical.
Nice. All right, here we go.
Dude. It literally looked
You're gonna see it right in the middle.
You can kind of see the window back there. It looked like something went from the left side, like that back
Situation.
and like blocked out that window.
That was a big one.
What the hell was that? Dude, it was in the room behind you.
I had a feeling.
This footage is astounding. What we just captured on camera appears to be a rock thrown right behind me.
And like blocked out that window.
When I slow it down, you're gonna see it well.
That was a big one.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, what like there.
Yeah. I'm gonna highlight it this time.
There it is. It's like it came from behind the camera almost.
What makes this so impressive is you can tell this was thrown and not falling from the ceiling because of the rock's velocity and direction. As an example, I used a rock weighing approximately 1 pound and I dropped it from my ceiling to show.
What do you really use that scale for? I'm kidding.
That's for food.
Yeah, the food scale to measure. Yeah, portion.
Portioning your foods. Yeah, but yeah, if you can watch that footage, if you keep watching that footage, it actually shows the difference between the two, and when it comes to gravity. And when it comes to, there's something else more to that. There's a form of force, and the two. It's pretty obvious that there's force behind, also because of the direction. It's going in an angle, not straight down, and there's also the fact that I showed earlier in that little short documentary of actually there's no holes above us in the ceiling in this area, and I showed that earlier, and so. There's like 3 reasons to why that was not normal. So,
yeah, that's the way you can kind of see the direction that it came from. That's insane.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I've had something that 2 times I know for sure that something was thrown at me. One was the clip that we played on your show. And then another time was when I was in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. There's been other times where you hear it like off in a distance, but like we didn't capture it. We don't know exactly where it came from or where it went. Yeah. If you guys watch this, like seriously, if it's your colleague that you're investigating there with, I mean, then maybe you need to investigate him and see, because that is definitely something that it's a thing. Like, so one time. When my wife, I tell this story to try and explain the way that some poltergeist can work. One time, my wife just got so frustrated with the kids, she like let out, she like screamed, and like you could like, I felt like the energy like come off of her, and like it was like insane. It's like a superhero like thing. I just like felt this energy, and as soon as like I felt this like vibration come off of her, her clock that she got from her parents fell off the wall. So it's just like her energy that she released out of her frustration, it freaking lifted. I mean, that clock was on the wall. Well, I mean, it lifted. It had to go up and then down. So because the way that it was hung up there. So You had to like literally lift it up before it'll come off.
Yeah.
So what happened? I mean, that's the type of thing that can be caused, I believe, by human and human emotion. And so if this guy has something like that going on with him, and it's not anything like supernatural,
Well, it's still
I guess
considered
that would be.
supernatural.
I guess that would be supernatural. But if it's not something like
It's not normal.
right? So, but it's a thing. It can be normal. We just don't know it.
Mhm.
I have this theory
Oh.
where the I think that we're taught through religion and through just society that psychic abilities, all this it's not. They, for some reason, the powers that be, don't want us to realize the abilities that humans can actually have. So I think that more people have these abilities. They're just not open to it. So they don't ever realize that they have these abilities. So
Yeah, I agree with that. Don't get your wife, man. I'm just reading comments. Yeah, I personally believe that paranormal events are actually just it's science can explain it, but we just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Is my personal belief.
Right.
Well, it's sciences that we don't know yet. So it's definitely a real thing. Like what I captured there on my camera was absolutely phenomenal. When it came to that debris flipping, I love that footage so much. I was like, holy crap. It's one of my best captures.
And you said that was like in 2017 or?
No, that one was pretty new. That was in last summer.
Well, you were in a mask when you went to the air. Oh no, that was a different video.
No, that's the same video.
That was
same video. Yeah, it was. It led up to that. Yeah, it was like that whole intro thing of slow build up with that music and everything. Same thing. It's just it started at the Mackey Mansion, and then we went to Alaska County Hospital the next day. And so the Mackey Mansion one, I didn't stay too long on that. I just wanted to kind of go through it because it was a live thing. It wasn't like a documented type investigation. It was a live thing, so that's the main reason why I just wanted to just skim over that, just show the best parts of the live event, and then I went to the actual investigation in Alaska County. So, yeah, if you guys want to see the whole thing, go to Devil's Hour Productions on YouTube. So,
yes, youtube.com/Devil's Hour Productions. I got it on the ticker.
Awesome.
So,
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, you keep going.
So, like, if someone, like an elevator pitch.
Elevate, yeah.
Like you're in an elevator and you got like 30 seconds to like, I don't know, like quote unquote sell yourself, or like they say, what do you do? But like in the paranormal sense. So like if someone came up to you like a paracon or whatever and said, hey, looks at your name tab, Matt, isn't there like thousands of people in the paranormal community named Matt? Like what makes you so special? Like what do you do? What would you say?
You're right. I think a little bit of what I do differently, I guess, is my filmmaking is an artistic point of view, and also there's not that many, I think, scientific investigators out there. I mean, that are very, very set on that goal. There's just like Justin Brown is and stuff like that. There's a few, but not as many, I don't think, that are very scientific minded. And so I think that's just the differences. But I think most of it has to do with my filmmaking. I try and represent it in a more entertaining way for people, so they could. Because if you do it this way, if you're like, here's a long boring video of the whole investigation, you're gonna get a lot of nothing happening, and it's boring. People click off, never see the evidence. Or you can make it in a very entertaining way, and also it's a way of me expressing myself in another way too when it comes to filmmaking. And you get people to stay on and see the evidence for what it is. And like you're showing in that, I was trying to break things down to why this was not natural, and or to why it was is depends on the situation. And so that's what I can provide in my filmmaking.
And what I like about your team is that, you know, like most groups or even companies, you know, they have like a mission statement, right? You know, this is the foundation. This is what we believe in. The core beliefs, our mission statement. And I think yours is centered around what are we going to do, whatever it takes to get the most quality, rich evidence that's debunked, that we go over it over and over and over again. But that's where we add value in the paranormal community, by putting out this stuff and then, of course, building the story around it. But it's all centered around those pieces of evidence that make you go, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, the paranormal is real. This is a real thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about you and your group and like your productions. And
it actually, here real quick, Crimson Blade just found us. Thank you so much. Hope you continue to enjoy. The Crimson also asked, what's your opinion on shows like Ghost Adventures? Matt, I feel like that's a good question for you.
Okay. Ghost Adventures is a lot of entertainment involved there. Sure, editing has a form of entertainment, but part of me wonders, are they still really this scared after doing this for 10 years or over 10 years? Over 10 years? I'm like, this is ridiculous. The way they act, I'm like, this is so unprofessional because of how scared they get all the time. And they've been doing this for longer than me. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. But I also am not a fan of a lot of reenactment stuff. I think kind of takes away from the realism part of documentary filmmaking. But personally, it's someone's cup of tea, I guess. Everyone has their own cup of tea and things. And personally, I think my favorite show when I was that came out was probably Paranormal State. I liked Paranormal State a lot.
Me too. I did too.
And so, but that was more. I like that show because they're more of like really trying to get to the bottom of things and and how investigation really should be, taking notes all the time, trying to really get in depth with the clients and all that. So they did it professionally. And what I liked about Ghost Hunters is that they were more scientific, but there's certain things about Ghost Hunters I don't like. One, whoever's doing their video editing is it's so boring to me. I'm like, oh my God, you can make this so much more entertaining. And but that doesn't really have to do the investigators. I think there's something to it also. I think the opening your mind up a little bit in other aspects. And also, I don't know. I think Ghost Hunters are good when it comes to the investigation part of it, but like they're being scientific minded, and that's how I like to do things. So other than that, I have seen evidence of them possibly faking evidence, so I'm not 100% about them now. So, so we'll see. That's the thing about TV shows; they're more about the ratings first. Right. That's what it's about on networks. It's about the ratings. They don't really care unless you have a lot of control. They don't really care about your show unless it's entertaining and getting the views. So. That's the cool thing about being a YouTuber. You have full control.
That is one thing that's really cool. One show that I like is Destination Fear.
I like that show too.
Yeah, Dakota. Yeah. He does most of the editing, and he's one of the.
I can tell
the show, and it's just it's a lot of that's entertainment to me. There's a lot of the paranormal shows, honestly. Have lost a lot of the flair for me. I don't know if it's because I investigate the paranormal now, and I've been in documentaries, I've been filmed, I've been on TV shows. I know what it is, right? So I don't know if that plays a role in it, but those shows have lost a lot of flair for me, and they're not as fun for me to watch. But I like watching Destination Fear. I really enjoy watching the documentaries that other investigators make. I like the underground. I like finding the videos on YouTube. I think it's pretty cool that people are now able to post those documentaries on Amazon too. So that's really the stuff I'm more into nowadays. But that could be very biased again because of now how being in documentaries myself and done all that. So I don't know. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, so just like Matt's mission statement, my group has a mission statement. We're trying to help people start or grow their paranormal adventure. And when I look at different entry points to when people start their paranormal adventure, go on paranormal investigations, join, start a team, a lot of the time, let's say a lot of the time, they watch the TV shows. I like Ghost Adventures because it captures a certain audience, gets them excited about the paranormal, involved in the paranormal, then maybe they go and do their own thing. In some regards, it shows them what to do, what not to do. But it captures that market. I mean, there's so many locations that don't have enough traffic, that are going bankrupt, that are, and there's a lot of historical societies that need traffic. I like the fact that it's capturing people's attention, whether it's a flashy car salesman or a very, very professional one. If they can get them involved in a wonderful opportunity, like a nice car, that's the goal. But like there's something for everyone. And though I might not watch it or watch the TV shows in general because I enjoy the documentaries versus the TV shows, I'm glad there's something for everyone.
Yeah, and also like you were just saying, Shawn, how like it's like losing its flair and everything. The problem with TV shows, it feels like it's the same exact formula all over the place. And here's the thing that's still unique about Destination Fear and also Ghost Adventures is that they have something unique completely in their production and their video editing. That's what makes them so successful, is because they stand out from your typical TV shows.
Yeah.
It's not the same type of format. And there's more art involved with them. And that's why I like those shows when it comes to filmmaking standpoint. When it comes to an investigation standpoint, a little bit different. Like I like Paranormal State, or actually I like Ghost Lab too. Josh mentioned that. And I remember liking watching Ghost Lab back in the day. It was a long time ago since I watched that. Yeah. So I can't give you but for when it comes to the investigating part, I think that Ghost Lab, Ghost Hunters, and Paranormal State, I think did good job when it came to investigating. But when it comes to filmmaking, Ghost Adventures and Destination Fear are doing it the best.
I think that's like the production value and everything is really what got Ghost Adventures to where they're at today. I mean, they from the get-go, I mean, the production on that show is awesome. When they first came out, that was a blast to watch. It was, man, I wouldn't miss the show. I wouldn't. And I think it was maybe around the first, I don't know if it was when DVR first came out. I don't remember watching it on DVR. I don't know.
Yeah.
DVR. I can't stand live TV. I've become a snob.
Yeah, I'm not a big on the watching live stuff. Yeah, I've actually spoke to Dakota a bit before he had the show, and he's a nice guy.
He is a really nice guy. Actually, he was on the Into the Abyss when John Ward was the co-host with me. So I don't know. Maybe one day he'll come back. Never know.
Yeah, well, I try and contact him recently because I have his number, and I just get ignored now. So he's probably he's all big now. Just kidding. I don't really know. He's probably just busy. Or change his number. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's what's my son say? He left you on red.
Yeah, it's well, I think also since you are on a show and everything, you have your people that you have to kind of choose wisely what you go on and stuff now. I think once you with an agent and stuff like that, kind of controlling things now. So it's a little bit different in that field. So we're independent well, for me at least, we're independent filmmakers, so I can do whatever the hell I want. It's the best feeling. Just having full control.
That's right. And
Like,
you do
I
the
think one of the
editing, so you put in what you want.
Yeah, I'm actually looking to hire a second editor, mainly because I want to keep putting content on my channel. So I've been looking at an editor and probably going to get a second editor, but I'm going to try and keep it in my vision. And when it comes to my investigations, I'm going to edit those, but I want to do a whole bunch of side videos. I want to start debunking fake channels also. And I'm going to do an alter ego character to do that.
There you go.
Just for fun. Here, you want to see the mask? Have the first person to see the mask?
Please.
I'll even change my voice for it too, because his voice will be changed.
Nice.
1 second. Let me go get it.
Well, here, while he's getting that, let's touch base on Crimson's next question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the portrayal of paranormal investigation teams in films like Grave Encounters and The Conjuring? Honestly, as far as like movies for me, and honestly, it's supernatural. They totally dig on it. It's like so bad. There's a movie out there about ghosts. I think it's called. It's about ghost hunters. It's a comedy. It's a total spoof. But you know what? Movies, when you're to me, it's just a movie. I take it as entertainment. I don't put much thought into it. I get more concerned about how certain TV shows portray investigating the paranormal and ideas that other people who are not experiencing the paranormal think that they can go and do it, and then they find themselves in a little bit of trouble because they do what they do on TV, and then doesn't end up being such a great idea without the experience. Like Matt, he'll go and put himself on the line, and he'll do if the shit hits the fan, he knows how to handle it. I'm assuming. No, I'm kidding. I know he does. Is he talking? Nice. Your microphone is coming in. There it is.
Yeah, we can hear it. I like it.
That is awesome. It sounds like you're talking out of like a jail box or something.
That's just a live version because I can't actually do it well on live because it'll sound way better once recorded.
No, that's awesome.
I don't know if you even heard it. Did you even hear the voice?
A little bit.
A little bit. It's kind of low, probably. Yeah basically. Well, whatever. So basically, for the recording part, they won't have that issue. So,
yeah.
But planning on doing debunking videos, kind of in that.
That's
I
cool.
have some other stuff. I kind of like the idea that Crow of Judas is doing, and so, but he does a funny character. I wanted to do a dark character, so I was like, and no one knows who Crow of Judas is, but obviously everyone's gonna know who I am. So it's a little bit different.
That's cool. That's a cool mask.
Yeah, I like this mask. It's kind of.
It's like Predator. It's like Predator meets Alien meets Dark Shadow.
Yeah, it does. I also had to get a mask for my friend's wedding. He's having a wedding tomorrow, Dwayne.
Dwayne's getting married. That's you did say that earlier.
Yeah,
nice.
And you're invited if you want to come. I think he already said that to you.
That's right. Yeah. You know what? This Halloween, like, it's like a big thing with my family. It's hard to. I can't get away, and plus with work hours. So
yeah,
but I'm sure that'll be it's gonna be an awesome time. That's right. See, that's all. Like I forgot all about that because like life,
busy times.
Oh, I'm lucky to work from home. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. What you're talking about with the it's kind of annoying how certain things are betrayed, and when it comes to the paranormal, like Insidious, the movie, remember that? It's not real, but
those two kids.
They totally make fun of those ghost hunters are totally made fun of in that movie, but it was funny. I call them the Mormon ghost hunters because how they dress.
Yeah, I mean, but that's exactly what I think they were supposed to do. Like, do you ever? How about what do they call the on Supernatural? They have the ghost hunters that they make fun of.
Yeah,
dude, that to me is hilarious. Though I watched the movie that they made about the ghost hunters. I don't know. For me, I find I see the fun in it. To me, that what they do on movies, I'm not really too concerned with that. Yeah, I'm not too concerned with what they do with movies.
It's funny to us, but there's probably people out there that take it seriously.
I know.
It's probably how they're all like.
Probably.
Yeah, I love Insidious.
Yeah.
It was good because I thought it was pretty creepy. But boy, when those two came out, it wasn't like a cringy, just like little thing to break up the monotony. I thought it was clever. I thought that comic relief was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Glad they did it.
I remember that guy, or in the Insidious movies, he takes out a flashlight, right? It goes out. He just takes a 10 times bigger flashlight.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? It was funny.
Man, now I'm gonna go watch those movies again.
Yeah, it's what I love about Insidious and the Conjuring films is the music. The music is so well done, and they do it's superb. Like I like that guy that does horror films now when it comes to that music.
Yeah.
Well, with your music, like, did you ever see the Howard Stern movie?
No.
Oh, you guys aren't gonna get my joke then. Well, if anyone's listening knows Howard Stern, when they do the bass, the girl sits on the subwoofer. The bass all the way up.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There's a lot of bass in there, man. My headphones, these headphones you get really. I mean, I got good headphones, so like the bass is just like rah, 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 rah. This is nice. So it made me. But whenever I hear that, like I'm like, oh. See, that's what Howard Stern does to you. Makes you perverted.
Yeah.
So, Crimson Blade, another great question. What are your thoughts on astral projection? Now, this is a great question for both you and Brian because you guys are more scientific minded. You guys aren't very spiritual minded. I'm not saying you guys aren't spiritual people. I mean, you guys are more scientific, so I'm very curious to know.
You want to see astral projection? Just kidding.
You have to watch Hereditary. Matt would appreciate the music. Hereditary was good, and then the guy who did Hereditary also did this other one. Can't think of it. The Equinox, the Spring Equinox movie. This couple goes overseas and they go to this big oh my goodness, what's it called? Dude, you guys got to watch that movie. The ending is twisted. I'll look up the that's the one. Midsummer. You guys got to watch it. I'm telling you.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I don't know. I'm not even going to say much. I watched it completely. Someone said, "Hey, Shawn, you'd really dig this movie," and I didn't even read about it. I was like, "Okay, I'll watch." And it came from a friend who we talk about movies a lot. So I just took them by their word, and I watched it without not knowing anything about it, and I liked it.
what's your favorite horror films?
My favorite.
Now I'm asking questions.
Brian, what's your favorite horror films?
I like the Evil Dead remake. I thought that was.
I did too.
Phenomenally scary.
It took away the comedy of it because it turned to more of a horror film. Because Evil Dead, the original, was a comedy and horror kind of.
I have not seen the original, and I haven't seen any of the films that I would recognize the female protagonist, antagonist, so it would take away anything. So I went in there. I had no idea what Evil Dead was. I had no idea who the main girl was. So I went in there in the perfect scenario, and that was very, very. That's one of like the most scariest movies I've seen. But boy, do I love all the Conjuring ones, especially with the dolls, like the Annabelle series. I think that's cool, especially like when like the demon like creaks and cracks and everything. With that's the good stuff.
You know, I've totally forgot about Evil Dead.
My favorite character is the nun. The movie itself is just like a bunch of jump scares, but like the nun, she's just like this creepy old woman. Good.
The Evil Dead is it was actually inspires a lot of my cinematography.
Yeah.
And like I like doing those like shots that kind of peeking on a building and stuff like that. So that was kind of originated from the original Evil Deads, and so that type of cinematography.
Yeah.
And so I kind of do like the Conjuring trailer. You already see one of those shots. It's literally Evil Dead kind of inspired for that.
Mhm.
So and the new one, I loved it. I like it more than the original. I know a lot of people would like say "How dare you" type thing, but I love the new one. Like I love the re-envision of it, and it with newer technology, we make things better. It's just when it comes to effects and everything, it's just things look cooler and scarier than they did back then. So, but I shouldn't say better. I just mean by effects, guys. Okay. Because there's older movies that were better than the newer ones.
What do you guys think of like Rob Zombie movies? I love Rob Zombie movies. Those are probably my favorite. Like Lords of Salem. Oh, dude, he's like that shock. Like he brings a shock rock into the movies, dude. It's I don't know. What do you guys think?
Rob Zombie movies.
Lords of Salem, House of Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects. He did a remake of Halloween.
Yeah, I've only seen the remake of Halloween from him.
Oh, really?
That's the only one. Yeah.
You got to check out Devil's Rejects, dude. And Three from Hell after that. And Lords of Salem was fun to watch, too.
Guardians of the Galaxy came up. Is that true?
Wait, what?
Guardians of the Galaxy came up. Slither? I've seen Slither. That was an interesting movie.
You know,
Best?
Yeah, Bruce Campbell. Female horror revenge protagonist films. You know, Bruce Campbell was what makes Ash like. Have you seen Ash versus Evil Dead?
Yes,
it's hilarious.
It is.
I love Ash versus Evil Dead.
So, Holly Miner, are you talking about the Rob Zombie movies that you hate? I mean, his movies are gore for the sake of gore. It's just like the.
If you think that's gore,
I mean,
go watch Feast.
Feast.
Hush.
I thought you were gonna say like go watch the Human Centipede or something.
That was that gory. I think
that's just
no one's subconsciously telling you to tase butts. No one's thinking about Human Centipede, Sean. It's just
yeah. No one thinks about that movie. We forget about that one.
Movies, man. We're
not talking about weirdos, weird movies. But yeah, I saw and also Feast. Feast is gory as hell. I just saw it randomly on Netflix. I was like, holy shit, it's a gore fest. Actually, Evil Dead has the most blood ever put in a movie. The newest one.
Yeah,
is the most fake blood ever used. They literally had raining blood, of course. So,
have you seen your pictures though? I mean, come on now. I mean, you're comparing the photos. It's like
mine's real. mine's real. Theirs is fake. I know there has to be fake blood out there that doesn't stain your skin because they do. I think they use it all the time in the movies. So I don't know where I get that fake blood. I haven't done enough research, but because it doesn't look like in that sequence, like when I watch that blood rain and everything, it doesn't look like it stains them.
Yeah.
For those of you just tuning in now, Matt, for this photo, used real blood. He took blood from a syringe from his own arm and created this.
Oh yeah, I love how it just drips down. Jesus Christ, crucifix, and you can't really see it on here because it's kind of cut off with the thing on the bottom, but you see it like dripping down the end of the crucifix. It's really cool.
There it is.
There.
Yeah,
I really.
And right in front of the House of Wills too. That's just crazy fitting and crazy.
Yeah.
I love that. That's my favorite shot I've ever done. Probably one of my favorite shots I've ever done. Definitely. It was exactly how I envisioned it for like 2 months in my head. It's so cool.
That's awesome when like something like comes together and you're like,
yeah, someone comes into reality. What was in your head? Oh yeah, it's a great feeling. That's one of the coolest things. Yeah, like I love it when things become. It's an art, and so when you make it into reality, it's awesome feeling.
That's like my video editing. It's like TikTok videos. So like when someone talks about like video editing, I'm like, I make TikToks.
Yeah, I have a TikTok, but I haven't really posted too much on it. Most of it's
hard, man. It's like you gotta, in order to like do like really well on TikTok, you have to post like multiple videos like every day. I'm like, I don't got time for all that. Like I post like 1-2 videos a week. Like I tried to like boost it up and do more, but it's like I'm running out. It's like I don't know. This weekend I released a lot of stuff on TikTok just because I wanted to do like a little experiment. And I did the EVP session I did on those chairs. I made a TikTok video out of it, and I did a little social experiment, and it seemed to work pretty well. So with EVPs, I feel like when like TV shows or documentaries, when they tell you exactly what the EVP sound, what they hear, right? Of course, that you're going to hear what they hear. I think that there's like the power of suggestion, almost like a pareidolia of Audible. Right.
Yeah.
So I said in my TikTok that I heard one thing, but it wasn't actually what I heard, and I wanted to see if other people would actually hear the right thing, and they actually did. So that was pretty cool. But I do believe that the power of suggestion is it's crazy, and so I try not to.
Yeah.
That's why I like my videos. I just say possible EVP.
Yeah. Yep. I like doing that too.
So, in terms of pushing out your content, Matt, what are the three things that we need to be looking out for your stuff, and where do we find most of your content?
YouTube. Most of it. Well, YouTube is like I'm trying to make it into a career one day. So I don't make that much on YouTube yet, but when it comes to like most of my work, I try and put it there. This documentary will be on Amazon though for the Harrisville haunting documentary. But
will this be your first documentary putting on Amazon?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm thinking about putting Man vs. Paranormal on YouTube though.
Really?
and the reasoning why is because it kind of has my origin story in it, and I feel like that's something that YouTube should have, because it's where my personal journeys, all my personal stuff has always been on there. So it has part of my origin there, and I kind of want it there, and it also helped me probably gain more subscribers, hopefully, because I feel like it's pretty well done. If Justin was still in here, he would. Maybe I'll just show you what I have after this
I mean, dude, you've been working on that thing for years, so I'm excited to see it just because of I know the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that have literally been put in, like literally blood, sweat, and tears.
Literally, yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be cool. And
I don't know about sweat. I was like freezing my ass off. Okay, yeah, keep going.
Well, you did the Monroe House. You did the Monroe House. You did the what was the school?
Higgins Sports School.
Is that still open for investigations, Higginsport?
No.
That sucks. That place seems so cool too.
Yeah, there's like, I think only like 3. I'll be the second person to release a documentary out of that. And then there's an episode that was done from Nick Roth with his paranormal lockdown that went to the UK. They did an episode there too. So.
Yeah, and then you did the House of Wills, of course, and
yeah.
So that those are 3 awesome locations. I know in the Monroe House. What would you think? I know you've been to Monroe House multiple times, and I know a lot of people say that there's something demonic there. Now I've been there twice, and so not as much as you have. I personally don't know if it's something demonic. It's not human, but I don't know if it's demonic.
I think that place kind of like goes off of people in a way.
Okay.
And their mindsets when they go in that building. Depends on the mindset of the people when they go in that building. It's interesting with that place. That's just my opinion. I don't really know what's there 100%, but
yeah, it's hard to say. Now, I went in there and I played White Zombie as I was just walking through. I was with John Ward and his wife and Marty's Hogg and Amber from my old team.
I know that Marcus got scared there. He saw something like in the basement or something like that a long time ago. He said he freaked out.
Well, you know, we were down in the basement and we heard like these like extremely like really loud crickets. Like it was weird. It was like crickets, but like someone turned the volume like way high. It was like ear piercingly loud.
When I went into like right when I was taking down that board to go into the crawl space, things shifted right away, and we caught some things. I haven't showed it yet, but caught some things while I was going in there, and also caught something while I was leaving, and that's where I found the type of witchcraft type of artifacts in there, in that crawl space, and that was.
You must have been one of the last people to go under there.
I was the last one. No one else has been there after me. There's only been Nick Roth, myself, and Mike Diddy, because he was the original investigators that were there first. And so, yeah, those just us 3.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And now it's locked up, and no one could go in there. Did you see what it looks like now? Like it's not locked up. They made a crawl space area.
Well, they made it on the other side of the basement, though, didn't they?
So basically, when you go into the basement right now, you crawl. You could go in there now, but they boarded it up. It's like completely. It's like a pathway for you now. And there's just, you can't go all the way in the back like where I was. It's not very long. And there's just a window you can peek through to see down in there.
But that's still like pretty cool that they're giving people the opportunity to kind of go back in there. When I was there, both times I was there, it was completely blocked off and you couldn't get back there at all. So,
yeah, you can't really go that far though. It's just a little small crawl area that you can see. Yeah, it's not very far.
I would love to get Eddie and Pam on the show. Eddie or Pam or both.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Eddie is like the nicest, like literally the nicest location owner I've ever met. Is Eddie and Pam.
Yeah.
They're super nice.
They are. You get an investigation there. Now, they'll have the fridge full for you for beverages. They'll have snacks for you. They are like it's like getting a whatchamacallit rental. What's it called?
Airbnb.
It is.
Yeah.
Except it's a haunted house that used to be a very haunted location that used to be a 3-family home.
Yeah, I've been there. So I think out of all haunted locations, I've been to the Monroe House the most. I think I've been there. How many nights I've stayed there? Probably 7 or 8 nights.
If I had the opportunity, I mean that's a place you want to get to know the paranormal. You want to not be scared of the paranormal. Go to the freaking Monroe House and spend a lot of time there. Because that place, that place can be scary as hell. Or you can get, like, when I was there as Ectovision, we got lots of very intelligent interaction. It was just great investigation. The second time I was there, it was a little bit darker, and you just kind of like learn. It's like different levels to this house. After and it's different things. And so you, like you said, you probably get what you put into the place. I don't know.
I feel like what that has something to do with maybe the rituals that were done there. Is what you put into that place. It's kind of similar to House of Wills, actually. Yeah, I felt the same way with House of Wills.
But the thing is, I don't know. I felt more at the Monroe House than I did at House of Wills.
That's the thing. Here's the interesting. I haven't really talked about this. This is going to be mentioned in the documentary. When I was investigating, when I was with people, I was there alone. Completely shifted to something that it wasn't like earlier. And I can't really go into detail. I could tell you more in detail when we're not live, but I don't want to give things away for the documentary. So, but I'll tell you a little bit more about what I was talking about there. But some different when I was alone compared to when people were in there. So, people that were scared of the place, by the way. So, it was very different.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for example, Daryl would never stay there by himself at House of Wills. Daryl Marston.
Really?
And
I would have no trouble. I'd have no problem going to the House of Wills and walking through there. And I mean, that place, it's active. Don't get me wrong. But it's not, I don't know. I would not want to be alone at the Monroe House.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I've done both.
I know you have. I wouldn't want to be alone, and I would not want to spend days at the Monroe House. I would recommend anyone spending an exorbitant amount of time at that place. I feel like the paranormal can have a long lasting effect if you let it. And
maybe why I'm so numb.
Maybe. I mean, it can really affect you in a lot of ways. I mean, the paranormal can make you feel like you're absolutely insane, and the Monroe House is one of those places that can do that to you.
Insane in the membrane.
When insane, got no brain. Sorry, I'm a Cypress Hill fan. Anyways, would you guys go to the Winchester House? Yes, I want to go to California. Personally, I don't think there'd be much activity there, but the architecture is beautiful. I think it would be really cool to go there just because, like, the way that she had, like, the dead-end hallways and everything to try and confuse spirits. I like the premise. I like I think that just her intentions when she built the house could potentially bring activity. But I don't know if it's anything that would be as life-altering as the Monroe House could be.
I agree. Oh, well, I haven't been to Winchester Mystery House, but I've been outside of it, and it looks cool. Awesome. Yeah, I was going to San Francisco, and I saw the outside of it. So, yeah, I went to Alcatraz there, too. It was pretty cool. Yeah, except I didn't investigate it.
You know what? I've been all up and down the state of California. Like I went camping up in the Sierra Nevadas. I was up in NoCal. I've never been to San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco is an interesting place. It's definitely different than a lot of California. California has everything, guys.
I like
every type of area you can think of, they have it. It's weird.
I like rice-a-roni. It's a San Francisco treat. Sorry. You guys are too young to know these commercials and get my jokes tonight. It's a rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. You guys don't know these things? Man, you guys make me feel old.
I don't know.
You know how old I am? Do you know how old I am, Shawn?
You're younger than I am.
Oh, good job. That's kidding. But seriously, how old do you think I am? I'm actually curious what you think it is.
28.
It's actually the main number I get. What about you, Brian?
That's a 33. I'm 25.
Oh, wow. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. I started when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
See, when I was 16 back in 1990 something, I was having activity in my home and I didn't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
My mom was telling me to ignore it.
My shadow people I used to see all the time. I've only mentioned it one time, I think, to my mother. It was like when we were walking to Sam's Club and I saw it again. Like I used to see them everywhere. And I asked my mom, why do I keep seeing things on the corner of my eyes and stuff like that, like these shadow things. And my mother, what I remember my mother was saying is probably just me my brain developing and stuff like that. But that was my mom believes in it though, and she believes in the paranormal because she used to grow up in a haunted house. So maybe that's why she just told me that so I don't get freaked out or something. Because I had some interesting dreams as a child that a child probably shouldn't be having, and probably why I'm a little messed up in the head.
Genetic. Yeah, genetics is why I'm messed up in the head too. My mom was a hippie, so she's very much into. That's why she's like, oh, just ignore it. It's okay. It's just our home spirit. It's okay.
There's other reasons why I'm probably a little messed up. Like I was doing when I was trying to get in the Marine Corps, I had a lot of things in my head I was trying to prepare myself for, of the type of evil that's out there, of the type of people that are out there. So I've seen a lot of videos of people getting killed, and just literally someone's head being chopped off with a pocket knife, stuff like that. I've seen a lot of messed up videos, real videos of
like Faces of Death, Traces of Death type stuff.
What's that? Faces of Death. It's like a live leak in war porn.
When I in the 90s, there were movies and VHS tapes. No, these aren't like they're like documentary style type of videos, but they just like showed like videos of people being killed. And they're totally twisted and messed up, and definitely enough to mess up your head. I watched one once and I never watched it again. So yeah.
And so basically, when I was preparing myself for that stuff, like what it's like out there, the type of mindsets these people have, it's when I don't know. It's probably why I have that dark humor. It's also my mother and father are both in the medical field, so I don't know. I just kind of grew up with it. So and Justin gets me. Like he has a dark sense of humor too. It's called there's a name for it. It's called gallows humor.
I think a lot of people in the paranormal community have that dark humor though.
Probably. Just accepting of, because if you think about it, there's a lot of people out there that don't that are extremely afraid of what we do, like extremely afraid. So,
I mean,
and I've known some military guys that would never even do what we do, and they've been shot at. So,
I think when I had people, again, I ran a college group, and like there's a bunch of people that are interested in going on investigations and this, that, and it's you get the full range of people that are just interested or curious about it, or the people that are just way out there. And I think it comes with the territory. And the best thing is to be accepting, but like you still in the back of your head, you have to know what's going on, and you got to know who's on the team and who's going on the investigations. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
interesting childhood.
Oh, we don't want to go there. So yeah, Crimson says most people who have been through shit have dark humor. Would you say it's like being desensitized?
Yeah, I'm desensitized completely.
Well, it seems like that's what you were legit trying to do. You were trying to desensitize yourself. Me, when my friends put on that Faces of Death or Traces of Death video, they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be so cool." And then here's me, not knowing I'm an empath, watching people get freaking killed in all different kinds of ways, and it totally fucked with me, and I didn't like what I was watching. So I guess if I wanted to totally desensitize myself, I would have kept on watching it, but that's not where we were at. We're a bunch of freaking stoned ass teenagers watching this, trying to get some shock value out of it. Sorry, that's stoned. We were not stoned. We were completely law abiding.
Okay, sure. But yeah, like when it comes to that, it's like you have to. If you don't have any kind of remorse or something like that happening, there's something probably wrong with you. Like it's because it's not a cool thing to watch at all. It's really just fucked up. Really fucked up. Like I still remember that guy choking on his own blood, gurgling.
Oh, that's worse.
That's stuck in my head.
Yeah, that's the type of thing that plays over and over again. So
yep.
I don't know. Guys, it's 10:30. Man, are you an hour behind us? You're in Indiana?
No, I'm with you. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about the TV in the background.
You're good.
No worries at all.
Actually, I have something to show you guys though after this. So,
what are you pointing at us?
The back end of the knife.
Nice. What knife? That's one thing I've always had a thing about. I've always loved knives. I love daggers. I love blades. I just think that they're the coolest. If I were an anime character, I'd have a bunch of knives and swords and shit.
Yeah, this one's nothing special. It's just a Smith & Wesson. So
yeah,
it's not that high quality, but it does the job. I like Tonto edged.
That's all it's got to do. Yeah, all it's got to do is its job. That's all that matters.
Yep.
It's not like it's a gun where it has like moving mechanisms and stuff. So it's not. You don't have to worry about it being accurate. You want it to be straight. You want it to be durable, and you want it to be sharp.
Yep.
As long as it's
don't get me wrong, Crimson Blade. I love guns too.
I know it.
Yep. I'm building my own Glock right now.
You always say guns are cheating. It is the easy way, isn't it?
Hey, but you don't bring knives to gunfight.
I have a pistol grip 12 gauge. That's what I've got in my house. You come in my house, you're going to be met to that. It's kept locked up. So I got kids.
I know. I got AR-15 here.
Yeah. See, the reason why I don't have that stuff is because I worry more about my kids getting into that than my 12 gauge, which is locked up and
lock up the other one too. Like you could lock up your AR-15.
I could. Oh, the AR-15, yes. Those are more money than what I was willing to spend when I bought them.
They're
yeah. There's a big difference between an AR-15 and a Mossberg.
If you want a good one, yeah.
I mean,
there's cheap ones out there.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of the cheap ones because you don't want to keep taking it in to get work on it.
No, you don't want to take it in anywhere.
M&P's more of the cheaper ones. Always. But yeah, I like stag arms. Stag arms make good ones, and also I like F1 firearms. Also, I like F1 too. They make good ones. Also, they do more competition stuff. They're skeletonized and stuff like that, so they're kind of cool. They're lighter.
You notice how now in the news they now call them long guns?
Well,
instead of before the riots, the recent riots and everything, they were assault rifles. Now they're long guns.
They're not assault rifles. They're semi-automatic. They're not. The military doesn't even use.
Remember that's what they would call it, though.
Yeah, it makes no sense though because the military doesn't use those guns. They use M4s and M16s because they're bursts, or those ones are bursts. Actually, there's certain M4s that could be fully auto, but that's more special forces. And personally, I wouldn't want my gun to be fully auto. That's a waste of ammunition. I'd rather have it single fire anyway. And the thing is, they're like all talking about banning ARs. You know how many guns carry a 5.56? ARs are not the only gun that carries a 5.56 and semi-automatic, so it's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. So they do the same amount of damage.
I don't know a lot about guns. I really don't, but I know what looks cool. And
the thing about I call myself an independent, but I'm just saying this because this is mainly their side. A lot of the liberals do not know anything about guns. The ones that are making big deals about it right now, they don't know anything about them. They're like, it's just funny to me. They call it assault rifle. It's not an assault rifle. It's a semi-automatic rifle. But yeah, and it's a very popular caliber. 223 5.56 is a very popular caliber. It's in a lot of guns. G36 H&K has a lot of difference.
But why would they go from calling them long guns to or from assault rifles? Is long gun just a more accurate name for it? Is that why they would switch it, or is it just not as definitely doesn't sound as threatening? Assault rifle sounds like totally scary.
It depends on the barrel length. I don't because there's AR pistols out there, and that's a short barrel and a brace in the back. That is I wouldn't consider a long gun. Carries a 223 though, same gun, same round as a AR-15, regular AR-15. So I don't know. A long gun to me is like a bolt action rifle, or even a shotgun could be a long gun.
Yeah,
longer barrels.
Right.
Doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. It may be another liberal term. They already classified it assault rifles when it's not. So they're going to classify, even though there's a lot of long guns out there, they have to be a little bit more specific. I think pretty much if it's not a pistol, it's most of the time a long gun. Yeah, most of the time. Unless you have yeah.
I don't know. I'd be good with just a Glock 9. Nothing crazy.
Glock,
yeah,
a millimeter.
Yeah.
There's multiple versions. Glock 17, Glock 19, both are 9. Glock 34, also a 9. 43, also a 9 mil.
Really?
It depends on the size.
Yeah, the size of because like there's the I don't know. I've shot 2 different 9s that were Glock, and I like the way both of them felt. I've shot Smith and Wessons, and I like the Glock better than the Smith and Wesson. And I shot this other brand I never heard of before. I don't know. I just like the way that the grip feels in my hand.
Yeah, I like the feel of them too. Especially the 19s because of smaller hands. Yeah. I like the feel of the 19s.
You like this is like your living, right? So this is like you know, like if I were like still in the jewelry store, it'd be like me talking about like the 4 C's in a diamond. Like here you are talking about the different Glocks. So
lengths.
Yeah.
That's basically the only difference between those is the size of the gun.
Size does matter.
Yes, it does. And yeah, so I'm building a Glock 17 right now, so it's a full size. It's actually what the police department use, except mine's decked out. Mine's like high quality, like looks nice.
Does it have a laser beam?
I don't like using lasers. I like using lights. Lights are useful and better tactically. Lasers are pointless to me unless you're not going to aim down the sights and just shoot from the hip. Lasers are pointless. So I wouldn't get a laser, but I do like lights for 2 reasons. One, with a high enough lumens, 1,000 lumens, you're blinding that person, and especially if you're like in your own house and someone breaks in. They're not going to really see you that well if you have bright ass light. You know, have you ever had a cop light pointed at your face? It's like that.
No.
Oh, well, I have. And yeah, it's that bright.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. I've never done anything wrong.
Yeah, I'm law-abiding also, but sometimes happens. You get pulled over. And well, I had I guess you don't consider me law abiding if I get a speeding ticket. But yeah, I have a few speeding tickets. Also, back when I was a teenager, and I used to do a lot of airsofting, which is like pro airsofting is what I used to do. And I had all the gear and everything. And I needed to get home. This before I had a car. I was trying to walk home with my guns, my airsoft guns. Cop comes up, and someone called it in.
With that, yeah.
Oh yeah. He had his AR-15 at me and everything. So
no, that's one thing. Honestly, I've never experienced. I've never had a cop point anything larger than their pistol at me.
Yeah. And so, but
Brian's
that's what
like,
I did.
What? You had that happen? I did. One time I may have been speeding a little excessively.
I was surprised you settled down in Washington.
But I pulled over.
For me, the reason why I'm alive today is because I didn't do anything stupid. I just listened to the cop.
Exactly.
I didn't resist. I didn't do anything. I've seen videos of guys with an airsoft gun, a kid with an airsoft gun, and point it up towards the cop, and then they get shot. I'm like, stupid kid. Why would you do that?
You're right. You know, you just gotta, you gotta listen.
Yeah.
Don't.
That's how you avoid most of it.
Don't not listen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep your hands where they can see them. Yes, sir.
Most cops, I have good experience with most cops. I've had a couple asshole ones, but they're not all bad cops, so not at all. And I would say like 90% of them were all like very nice. And when you listen here, first they like sometimes talk in an aggressive way because that's how they're used to. You know how much shit cops have to deal with on a daily basis of people that they sometimes don't even know if they're going to make it back home, especially these days. People shooting cops for no fucking reason.
It's the bad ones that give them a bad rap. I mean, there's bad people all over the place. It's the bad ones that give them a bad rap. It's the bad ones that stand out. That's the way it always was, like in school too, right? The bad kid was always the one that stood out. He's the one that ruined it for the class. You know, it's just the way.
Yep.
That's just the bad ones. So what are you gonna do?
And now a lot of cops are paying for it now, and people are destroying cities over it now. It's fucking stupid. Destroying a whole city for it's counterproductive.
We are avoiding politics.
Nothing. Yeah, but I'm okay with protesting. Just rioting and destroying cities, I'm not. But yeah, let's avoid that.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a yeah. So anyways, man, we totally got off subject. Like we went like down the rabbit hole, and we just like kept on flowing through it, and now we're in like a completely different.
Brian's over here like, oh my god, I don't care. I'm just here.
Brian has a gun.
Dude.
Don't go into his house either.
I guess like a Glock 40 something.
Oh.
See?
Cool.
I noticed that it's easier to hit the target with the higher caliber guns.
I think it's easier to hit the target with rifles, definitely, because you have.
I was talking about handguns, but like a rifle, yeah. I was talking about like a handgun, like I
feel like you have more control over smaller.
I don't know. Like when I shot my buddy's Desert Eagle, I was hitting the target a lot more than I was with the 9. But with the 9, I was able to get more shots off. So I don't know. Kind of
like usually that's the exact opposite.
Yeah,
people usually flinch.
No, because with the Desert Eagle, you're like boom, kaboom. It's like it's literally a hand cannon. With a 9, you're like pop, 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 pop.
I don't know.
Yeah, have you ever shot 500 Smith & Wesson? Those are bigger rounds than the 50 AE from the Desert Eagle.
Really?
It's huge. It's the biggest pistol round in a handgun. Yep. It's a revolver. It's huge. I have a photo. I actually used to have it over here because I was borrowing it to go shoot it.
I was like scared of that Desert Eagle. It's like literally like you go like the
that's fat ass gun.
I know you're go boom, but like I was like maybe it's because I was taking more of my time with like aiming because I knew it's gonna like bounce back with like a 9. With a 9, you're just like boom, 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 boom. So you're not like aiming as much. So you're gonna take your time because you don't even go.
Yeah, the thing.
This is how ghosts are made. This is how this ties into paranormal. This is how ghosts are made. Here we go. Crimson's trying to get us back on track. At least we're talking about films. The most disturbing film you've watched. To me, that movie was just disgusting.
I know.
I honestly, I watched like most of the first one, and then I was like, "Oh my god, there's a second one!" And then they made a third one. I'm like, people really watched it.
There's a third. I didn't even know there was a third.
I saw it come up on Amazon or something, but yeah, I think there is. I don't know. So for Crimson, they're saying the Serbian film was the most disturbing. See, the stuff that disturbs me, like I can watch paranormal stuff in movies, and it's fun and it's entertaining to me. That's why, I can appreciate the jump scares because that's what gets me in those movies. I like the twisted. I like that's what I kind of like about Rob Zombie's movies. His movies are kind of twisted. They're dark. They're gory. They're sick. But the stuff that I find mostly disturbing is when the stuff that disturbs me and bothers me is like when they involve stuff like rape. That's what really disturbs me. That to me, that's worse than murder, and that's worse than I don't know.
I agree. I feel the same way. And there's also another. Like, I don't see people getting stabbed to death multiple times. Also had some bad dreams as a child. Maybe that kind of reminded me of my childhood. So was some of the stuff I was dreaming about as a child.
So no Jason like slasher films for you.
I'm not a fan of them though, but it's because those people are real out there. It's just messed up, and when I say the dreams I had, I'm not doing that. I'm talking about getting stabbed. I just want to clarify that because if someone could think of it the other way.
You know what's crazy about watching like paranormal or any horror movie? Okay, so there's a spirit of a woman in my house. She does not like it when I watch horror movies. It's the more gory, the less she likes it. The energy in my house totally shifts, and it's not because I'm watching the movie. My wife will and my daughter have come down. What are you doing down here? And I'm like, what? I'm just watching a movie. And so I felt it, so that the spirit of the woman who's in my house does not like it when I watch horror movies.
Well then, yeah, I love documentaries.
It's my house. I watch what I want.
But for me, I love documentaries. I love it way more than I do watching movies. Like there's something I love being a documentary filmmaker. I prefer it so much more over doing fictional movies and stuff like that. And the reasoning why is there's something different. There's something you learn from it. It's something that you could take away with you and be like, that's interesting. Or especially when it comes to pieces of evidence. I get astounded by seeing what I captured my last episode you just watched. And those are the type of things I'm like, I'm so happy I'm doing this shit. Capturing that's so fascinating to me. And when it comes to fictional stuff, everything's planned out, everything's like scripted, and I'm not really into that. It's like I do like comedy. I like doing comedy. That's the only scripted stuff I really like doing. I actually used to do that a lot when I was in high school, because when I was in high school, I was in advanced visual media arts class, and I just tried to make it all comedy. It was fun.
You know what's funny? I stage my house about once a month ish. I think I'm pretty good.
What's your favorite documentary films? It can also not be related to the paranormal.
Brian.
I like Yes Theory's documentary on Wim Hof, when they actually went there and did all the different ice challenges and everything. I watch a lot of stuff like on Netflix, where it's like the social dilemma, and
I saw that. Yeah, that was good.
Documentaries on minimalism. There's a minimalism Netflix. Those are some. It's just like stuff that you don't see like on a daily basis, like the social. I guess the paranormal in general. It doesn't really hit like everyone's attention. It's the same thing with the social dilemma, all those issues. When you talk about minimalism and what all these different companies are pushing products on us subconsciously, and what it really means to be happy. And the other one was Wim Hof, because he does a lot of like ice therapy and cold water therapy and breathing, and really learning how to control your immune system. And I think it's the things that people don't think about or don't really catch their attention, which is another reason why I enjoy the paranormal.
Yeah, I actually like documentaries like Restrepo, and I also like the documentary. I love Chad Kalick's documentaries. It is paranormal related, but he's my favorite documentary filmmaker within the paranormal, in my opinion. Yeah. It's so good.
My favorite. My favorite documentaries to watch actually are not paranormal. Have you ever heard of Les Stroud?
Yes.
The Survivor Man.
Yes.
Best documentaries.
I love Survivor Man.
Oh, there's Man versus Wild, right? Okay, Don't get me wrong.
That one's fake though.
He's
that
a
one's
cool
fake. Wes Stroud does
guy.
it real.
Wes, exactly. That dude is a freaking beast. That guy now, and knowing what they do for filming, right? He's out there by himself, so he sets up a camera, films himself walking away, and then he's got to go back and get that camera.
Dude,
crazy.
He's the reason why I came up with the idea, Man vs. Paranormal. It's because of him.
Yeah, Bear Grylls
Les Stroud is the reason.
Is I mean, he's I mean, whatever. He's good looking guy and he drinks pee and all that. But
no, that's the thing. He it's cool and everything what he does.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of it's planned and they have a camera crew and everything on that one. So it's a little bit different. Survivor Man, it's like Man vs. Paranormal. He's literally out there by himself with his own camera.
Yeah.
And then he sets up all the shots. And I loved that show. Like that was one of my favorite shows to watch. Yeah.
Well, no, when I lived in Phoenix, one day I was having my after shift drink, and I struck up a conversation with the guy, and he taught survival in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
He's like, "Yeah, I just struck a deal with the Discovery Channel." A couple months later, I saw his. I was like, "That's the dude!" I'm like, "Dude's a badass." Oh man, that's not why I love the show. I love the show. I've always been in survival. I love camping. I love the outdoors. I love what he does. And that's just like he shows you how to survive with just like the bare minimal. And and it's not like I don't know. But yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah, in the UK, they're talking about Bear Grylls. He's known for drinking pee in the UK. He drank. That's because he drank pee. I think he was down under in Australia. Yeah, I watched most of his shows too. Because, like I said, I like.
You know that you could only drink your pee to a certain amount of times. I think it was 2 times, and that's it. And then it becomes poisonous.
I thought it was like if your pee is like clean for like the first like minute, and then after that it becomes toxic.
I thought it was something else to where like it's right for the first 2 times you drink it, it's okay to drink, but after that it becomes poisonous because you're just literally refiltering.
You're dehydrated and you're that makes sense.
Yeah, because your body so it. And it would be worse anyway if you think about it going for a second time because it's already been filtered once.
Like that really yellow dehydrated pee that smells weird. Yeah. Can you imagine putting that up to your mouth? God.
No, thank you. But yeah, that sucks though. If you think about it, like being stuck on the ocean, you can't even drink that water because you do the exact opposite for you. You completely dehydrate yourself. Drinking seawater because there's so much salt. So
you better put something up to catch some and praise for some rain because that's about all you got.
Yeah,
you're not gonna have if you're out there on a little survival boat, you're not gonna have one of those things that transforms the water.
Survivor Man did that.
Yeah,
he survived on a fucking raft. I'm like, Jesus, this guy's fucking awesome.
Fucking beast.
Yeah,
so that's legit my favorite type of stuff. I grew up watching like when back in the day when you had to choose what you were gonna watch and stuff, like you had to go and watch the TV guide. I would look for the documentaries. I was really much into the nature shows. I liked but nowadays I tend to go towards like the murder mystery stuff and learning and like seeing like what they talk about like previous crimes. Oh, look at that. Crimes like when they go and they investigate like prior crimes. There's this one that they did on Netflix where they did on this one murder case. I don't know, that kind of stuff. I don't know why.
I love I also am interested in like serial killer documentaries. I don't know why. It's like fascination of someone being so like not in tune with with human emotion and morals, and so it's like it's interesting to you, like for some weird reason. I think it's human nature, because it's someone very different than how we think, and so I like the Ted Bundy documentary that came out. It was interesting watching it. So
it was.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, I also like
not that one. I'm talking about the documentary, not the movie.
I'm trying to be funny every once in a while.
I also like history stuff. I love watching history documentaries, things of American history. I love American history.
Yeah.
I like, I don't know. I've been getting more and more into the over in like Ireland and Scotland. I've been I don't know. I want to go to the catacombs.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm also a little worried too. It's because I don't want to get lost and have horrible directions. So
did you see those videos of that creature that's down there?
No, I didn't.
There's some creepy shit down there. I don't know. I'm sure there's all sorts of crazy shit down there.
I'm more worried about the only thing I'm afraid of is getting lost. That's it. I'm not afraid of being down there when it comes to the.
They have like graves down there, dude.
Oh yeah, there's bones everywhere.
No, I'm saying they have raves. They have like underground.
Oh, raves. I thought you said graves.
They have those too. Just a couple. But yeah, they have like underground parties and like people go in there and like it's insane. Like this so you take all of that, right? And then you add on top of these illegal parties that are going down there. And the fact that they're illegal isn't the reason that they're adding to the energy and the activity that's got to be down there. It's the music. It's the energy that people bring down there. People down there with those big illegal parties. One thing that does come with those is a lot of drugs. What comes with drugs is ODs. And with that comes a lot of different types of emotions and fear. And there's just so much that's down there. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm just fascinated by what can be down there. And plus, I've always kind of liked finding like tunnels. When I was a kid, I'd go like down into like the storm drains and like go crawling through stuff.
Yeah.
But that's why, like with Brian, like my biggest problem was more being on my knees and getting my hands dirty. When I went down, I have a thing about my hands, man.
Yeah. I have. So when we end this, I have something to say to you guys. So, what your opinion? Well, there's only 2 people watching. Actually, I think
3. You think you're one of them? I got 3, but I also see. I think we have Crimson's watching on YouTube. So
okay, yeah.
So that's probably our 3rd. I think that's why it was okay for us to talk about guns for 20 minutes.
That's probably when we lost everyone.
Probably.
It's like, this is a paranormal show. What the hell did this turn into?
We talk about everything.
Yep.
Except politics. We try not to involve those because politics.
Yeah.
Stupid. No, it's not stupid.
Yeah,
but
it's not fun. It's not fun to talk about, though.
Yeah, we don't want that drama. That's what it's about.
Yeah. The good thing is I think most of my followers have the same views as I do, so that's a good thing, I guess. Because I think it was mentioned a couple times on my side. On my channel,
I don't know. I try not to. Just because. You never know. You never know
Smart.
who's listening at any time.
Yep, smart. Well,
yes, I would like caving or spelunking.
I would like doing that, but have you seen the guys that literally go through those small crevices and squeeze their bodies? I'm like, nope. I'm like a crazy guy and stuff, but that's a little like if you're barely able to fit through something, don't go through it. Like this guy's literally squeezing his body to where he can barely fit through.
Well, here's the thing though, they're doing that and they're like in underwater caves, right? So they're going through these. Yeah, that's what's insane to me. I'm like, because then like the small thing. What if you're trapped underwater you're just proper fucked, man. You're just
Yeah, you can't bring a tank down there because it's too tight of a fit. Like fuck that.
I like
No, thank you.
exploring. Yeah, I love exploring. I think that's one of the like I like going around and seeing and feeling what's around me, and that's what I like about going to the woods. Like when I'm out in the woods, I'm in caves. I'm in like that's like I'm in my element. Like that's where I'm at home, and that's where I'm like connected and grounded. So
yeah,
if the places I'm not grounded at is like in the cities. In the cities, like I feel the pain of the earth. It's weird, man. It's freaking weird. I never knew what it was, and it's so crazy to know these feelings that I had, like going downtown. Like, why did I always feel this way? And it's a crazy thing, man. I still to this day like get kind of like weirded out by it. No matter how long. I mean, I've known I was an empath for over 10 years, and it's still I don't know. It's not something I've fully gotten used to. It's like a weird. It's still like weird to me. I don't know how to explain it really.
Yeah.
So now, with that being said, I want to go out west, and I don't know why I want to do it out west. Maybe because it's warm, but I want to go to some old mining caves, and I want to investigate old mining caves. Have you ever done that? I know you lived out west for a while, Matt. Did you ever get to investigate a cave?
Not mining. I've been in mining town like Virginia City multiple times, but not inside the cave systems. I mean, sorry, not cave. I would say mine, like those minor areas. I haven't actually been inside, but I hear they're extremely active. I have a paranormal friend that lives in Arizona, and that's what he mainly does, and he gets crazy evidence in some of those cases. And you know why? I think it has something to do with the stones there. It's why it's so active. And so it's probably why Virginia City is so active in general. It's the most active paranormal city I've ever been to. Something special about Virginia City, guys. I literally got one of the buildings tattooed on me.
Right? What's their? Hold on, I'm having a brain fart right now. What are their names? They do the cons at Vulture City in Arizona.
Vulture City.
Oh, dude, I love that. I went there once during the day, and I was getting activity. I just went. I was visiting my grandparents, and I just got a day to myself, and I went and drove out to Vulture City, and I was just wandering around during the day. You know, I did the day tour thing, and dude, I was getting stuff during the day like crazy. So, the Yates, right? Jay
Yates,
yeah, they were actually on the show.
I interviewed them. Yeah, I interviewed them.
So did I. They're good peoples.
Yeah.
I don't know. Since I have family out there, you would think I'd go out there more, but since I have my kids and stuff here, it's hard to go across the country, you know.
I'm addicted to Virginia City. I always want to go back. Like it's the main haunted locations. I always just keep thinking about. I wanted to go back. Like it's an addiction. I've never been addicted to a location until Virginia City.
Virginia City.
Yeah.
That makes me want to go check out Virginia City.
Oh, dude, you'd be addicted to like me. Check out the Old Washoe Club, and Mackey Mansion is number one. The number one most active I've ever investigated. It's Mackey Mansion. And I would say Lasky County Hospital too, but I have a feeling it has something to do with Patrick on that one. I've been to Mackey Mansion without Patrick, so that's how I know it's the location too. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's Virginia City, for people that don't know, it's in Nevada.
Yep.
So
can you hack directly into the car?
Of course, I've already tried that.
I was just in the Silver Queen, I stayed in the Silver Queen Hotel also last time I was there.
Nice.
which is also known to be haunted. Pretty much the whole city's haunted.
The West is it's a completely different like.
That's why I came to the Midwest.
Yeah,
because I've always investigated the places from the West, and I was like, you know what, I want a new lifestyle of investigating, so I came out here, and now I'm investing. Cool thing about out here is like you get access to asylums and jails and stuff that you don't get that as much out there.
Yeah,
it's mostly historical towns and stuff like that you can get access to. Everything's owned by the city in California, it seems like. So that's what makes it harder out there. Over here, it's owned by people usually, so it's easier.
They're I don't know how many are. I know, like, so there's a lot of old, like, I guess there's prisons everywhere, but like when it comes to like the old psychiatric centers, I don't know. When I think of that, I don't really think of the West very often. I do think more of, I don't think of that as like a Western thing. I know that they happen. I know that they put Native Americans.
I think of it more
like that. I
think it's more Midwest for me. Yeah, I've always thought of it as Midwest. No, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. For some reason, when you said West, I was thinking you were saying Midwest. But yeah, I agree.
No,
I think more of Midwest when it comes to asylums and getting access to jails and stuff like that, like Benhurst and all these other big locations. And so, yeah, it's different. Like Old Licking County Jail is nice, and also
it's one of my
Hartford
favorites.
State Jail. Yeah, that's one of my favorites, dude. Old Licking County Jail is definitely active.
That's one of my favorite places. I like the Old Lincoln County Jail, Monroe. I mean, I don't know what would be the best. I mean, we have the Hinsdale House out here. The Hinsdale House, if you haven't been there, dude, that place it's just a cool place, man. The whole freaking property. You got to investigate the whole thing, not just the inside of the house.
I was talking about that. I think Halesbar Dam's pretty cool too.
I haven't been there. I bet that's cool.
I need to go to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. Everyone's raving about that place.
I'm hearing a lot about that place too.
Yeah.
What about you, Brian?
Yes.
That's in down in Tennessee, isn't it?
Yes, it's in Tennessee. And yes, we've been to asylums. We've been to RCI, which is Roanoke County Infirmary, Waverly Hills. Another one come to my brain. Sometimes I forget because when you go to the locations so much, you sometimes forget them.
Well, there's also locations that we go to, like Madison Seminary, that isn't really an asylum, but it was used to house people from
mentally ill. Yeah, so
it was an overflow. Essentially, that's what it really was. It was like the overflow from a mental hospital would come and stay there. Essentially, that's
what I like about jails. It's the best place to provoke because you're dealing with inmates that have murdered people, and then you try and get a reaction back from that. Because I think the best ones to provoke are the negative human spirits over demons, because demons, they don't care. They do things on their own time. But human spirits, you get to mess with them more for the bad ones. And so you can get more interaction from negative human spirits than you do with demonic, in my opinion.
I wouldn't mess with a demon in that way at all. That's just me, though. And I know you do.
I do. They lose their power, in my opinion, based off of fear. If you don't have any fear in them, they lose any power they have. And that's why I haven't been attacked ever. I don't get attacked.
I think that's a lot to do with anything in the paranormal. But with anything that's negative, I should say, in the paranormal, they feed off of that fear. They feed off of any negative energy. It could be fear, it could be anger, and they can also affect you in that sort of way. For me, what worries me about doing that to something that is not human, that's negative, like a demon, would be the possible after effects. So here you are provoking demonic or some sort of Yeah, we'll stick with the demonic entity, right?
Yeah.
This thing can come and affect you in ways that you don't even know until months or maybe even years later. These things, they can seriously fuck not only with your mind, your soul, and your body, but your entire life. Demons, I don't know. That's what worries me about demons is the risk factor that's there. It's real, man. It's real. I've seen it. That's why I won't do that, because I worry about not only my safety but my family. So I guess maybe I would look at it differently if I didn't have these three monsters of my own here. But I don't know. It's not a risk I'm willing to take for them. But I understand wanting to understand it and to push the limits to get there. And I definitely understand your
methodology.
Yes. It's just.
It's almost 6 o'clock, and I'm not inclined to hear.
Uh-oh. What is this?
Actions speak louder than words. I always
The demon. I'm just kidding.
No, I just got an alert from something. Yeah, Dwayne was gonna come on here.
I know. That's what I was going to talk to you about too. I was like, wasn't Dwayne supposed to be on here?
Yeah, what happened to that?
Is
that my fault?
Yeah, because you just like put my name in there. I was like, oh, is it just about me then?
You know what? I
was actually going to message you about that, but I forgot about it. Is Dwayne talking to you?
No, I just got an alert. And Dwayne, I was like, oh. But why wasn't that on my calendar? Did I you know what? I updated the wrong calendar.
I should have said something because I was actually about to tell you about that and then I forgot about it.
Oh, dude, Dwayne, I owe you one. I'm sorry. Yeah, I totally.
He's fine. He was busy anyway. He's getting ready for the wedding tomorrow.
Sorry, Dwayne, I suck at life. That was totally not intentional. Shit. Now I feel bad. Dwayne, I'll get you on, man. He's probably not watching, but we'll get.
I don't think he is. Yeah, tomorrow we have a wedding. I'm excited. I get to go back to RCI and also, be there for my friends. So
yeah, that's really cool to have a wedding at a place like RCI. When we were there, we slept in the rooms that are like right above the main entrance. Where the who slept in those rooms was when they did the tours.
Mm-hmm.
They used to sleep in that area there in the front.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? So keep going.
Oh, so we were sleeping there in that middle room there, and actually, I say Eric had his air mattress, and I slept on some cot thing on top of my sleeping bag. Anyways, as I was laying there trying to fall asleep, I saw a close to what I saw at Brian's house. But it was like more human. It was like a swirly humanoid, like shadowy figure. Came up. It was just like kind of like there, and then it like dissipated back down. I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. And then I went back to sleep. I don't know why. Whatever happened at Brian's house, that must have just felt weird. Because a lot of what I do and my reaction has to do with the energy that I feel. So I don't know.
So
what? D wants to know what knowledge do you get from provoking, and I will add my 2 cents. But Matt,
for me, it depends on the entity. Like I think I got more results in certain locations from provoking than I have in other situations. But I only provoke negative because if you think about humans think in the same way as us. So if some guy is like sexually assaulting women and hurting other people, I'm not going to be so nice to those type of people, and I'm not going to treat them that. Even in real life, I wouldn't be. And so with a living person that's like that. And so with human spirits, if they think in that same way, they want to do things to you, hurt you, or try and do things to scare you out just because you're pissing them off. And so I think you get more results out of human spirits, negative human spirits, than you do with demonics out of that way. But when it comes to demonics, I try to use religious provocation. It's a little bit different. So I try and see if religious provocation works, and sometimes I feel like it does do something, sometimes it doesn't. It's a little bit different type of provoking.
Well, there's a lot of different ways of provoking, right?
Yeah.
So let's like keep it real. Like Resident Undead, they do their ripples, and what they do is they take the ripples where they do reenactments, but they change it. They change the story to get a reaction. That is provoking.
Mm-hmm.
It is. There's no other way to explain it. They are twisting history and changing it into provoke. There was one time when I wanted to bring an old Penthouse magazine to OSR. And actually, it was when I went with Ectovision, and we had a psychic on our team. And she told me, no, don't do that. That'll be provoking the spirits because they could see the naked women, but they can't touch it. I'm like, but I don't understand. I could see them, and I can't touch them either. But she said that was provoking. So because and I'm like, but like these are men in jail. So to me, there's different ways of provoking. I think that when you're investigating, I'm not an advocate for provoking. I know, Matt, you're whatever it takes to get the evidence.
I don't advocate towards nice spirits. That's not right, in my opinion. That's just like, why would you do that? That's just being an asshole,
right?
To me, in my personal opinion. But if an entity is known to do bad things to people, I don't really mind. I don't really care what you do, as long as if you're good for it. Like if it happens back to you, then that's just all you. And so that's how I am. I'm prepared. I would love to get scratched or pushed or hit. I would love it, but I don't get it. It never happens to me. It happens to the people around me. Don't know why. That doesn't happen to me because they don't even do the provoking. And it's usually with other investigators. I don't do this at client
investigators. Man. That's just the thing, though. When you provoke, you can go and piss off a spirit, and then it'll go and mess with the next person, not necessarily you. That's where I have a problem with provoking. But there is in different styles in investigating, right? You do learn from it, right? So what you learn, what the knowledge you get from provoking is the reaction that you can get when you're trying to reach out to different spirits. And that's what we do is all about. It's all about learning the reaction. Now, is it always going to be a good reaction? No. Is it going to be safe? I mean, no. Is it respectful? No. So it's all about what are your personal limits. And me personally, because of the respect part and because of the safety part, I'm not okay with it. Because I know if I go in somewhere and I provoke and I piss something off, it may not react towards me, but it might react to my buddy next to me, or it might react to the person that comes the next day or a week later. So that's where I have kind of the problem with the provoking. Plus, what if this negative spirit that's done negative things to people, like scratches, right? Let's say you're at a place where your people are known to get scratched.
Mm-hmm.
What if the spirit that's been scratching people is a child? They don't know what they're doing, or it's a child trying to get your attention. I mean, there's just you don't know who it is. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what's making that spirit negative. I'd rather respectfully find out why that spirit's pissed off instead of trying to piss it off and get the reaction. But it depends on what it is you're trying to really do. What is your end game? And what risks are you? Right. For you, it's evident. Brian, it's other people having experiences. And,
Brian, you haven't said a word. It feels like an hour.
I know. I'm so dead. I think up at 6 a.m. I'm super toast. Yeah, the knowledge is you you understand that something's there with you. You know, a lot of the times, you know, you introduce yourself. Hey, I'm friends of the homeowner, or I'm just here to help tell your story if you have any questions, or if you want us to tell your loved ones anything. And if you're not getting a lot of responses, the knowledge you can get is that there's something actually there by trying to provoke it to see if you get a reaction. I mean, that's kind of like round one. So that's probably the knowledge you're getting, or some kind of evidence. Shit, if something gets thrown at you, that's awesome. But that's what you're getting at. There's something there,
Yeah. And here's the thing: like when it comes to locations, you're mentioning it happening to others and stuff like that. You keep in mind, like all I usually do now is do locations that are open to investigations, which means the next person that comes in, they're here to get the same thing as me. And so, and the thing about like personal protection and stuff like that, some people have personal protection. My group, we don't really do those things. We kind of keep everything open-minded and let things happen. And we all signed up for what we did sign up for. And so we just try and get the most activity possible. It doesn't matter which way. But again, respecting, I 100% agree with that. Like these last few investigations I've done, I didn't do any provoking because it's not one of those type of investigations. Like I didn't do that at Hell's Bar Dam. I didn't do that at the Lassen County Hospital. I didn't do any provoking because there's no need. It's not involving anyone negative. It was involving something completely different. And so it depends on the situation. For me personally, it's like I said, for religious provocation, for demonic stuff is what I like to do. And then when it comes to like a inmate at a jail that's murdered people, or remember that one room back at the Old Lincoln County Jail, the one that apparently sexually harasses some women. It's not in the jail area. It's like in the different area. I forgot. It's like this wooden room, a floor room. I forgot the name. But apparently some people get messed with there in not so nice ways. And so like stuff like that, like personally, if it's a very common thing that they're talking about, to me, I don't think they're that nice of a person. And if they're getting that type of evidence all the time. And so same with the Old Washoe Club. There's one area in this one room, people get sexually harassed and bit and also scratched in this one area. I provoked that one too. I got stuff out of that one actually. And so that's, I believe, was a human spirit too that was doing that stuff. And so like it's certain, it literally, it's like kind of like an interrogation in a way. Sometimes when it comes to these negative ones, and like how cops, they play good cop, bad cop. Sometimes you need that bad cop in certain situations, in my opinion, to get human interaction. And I consider ghosts like humans, like they're just humans. So you're trying to get that human interaction, and I'm trying to get evidence. So it depends on the situation, like I say all the time. And I haven't provoked in a while, to be honest, because I haven't been on an investigation that required any of that needed any of that. It was all regular human hauntings.
Have you ever provoked at the Mono House?
In a religious provocation, yeah. Because of it being, I got growls.
Ooh.
And it was down in the basement area. Yeah.
I was asking about Native American burials, and that's when we got that loud cricket sound.
Yes.
I've also not have gotten anything from it. Like I did the same religious provocation last time I went to Monroe House. I didn't get anything. It was dead silent. It's weird because ever since I've been out of the crawl space and everything, I have not gotten the same interaction ever since I did Man vs. Paranormal. It's been different. Like I don't get any interactions really in the basement anymore too much. And ever since I was in the crawl space, the last time I got like good interaction was in the basement, was when I was in the crawl space. And now that we can't really go into the crawl space, it's like kind of blocked off a lot of it. It feels like I don't know, it just feels different in there. I think the Blue Room, I had an oppression moment in the Blue Room. This is back in 2017 when I had this moment. I felt the anger of a man for no good reason. And I was feeling his emotions. And I walked out of the building because I knew it wasn't mine. I knew it was something there. And it felt human to me. It felt like an angry husband and pissed off. And I just exited the building because I was getting mad too. And so I didn't say, I don't, whenever I feel that stuff, I don't take it out on the people around me. I always just leave the area. It's a smarter thing to do. But oppression is rare when it happens to me, but it sometimes happens. And you just need to be self-aware of it because it's not your own emotions and stuff like that. So, but literally right when I exited the Monroe house, I felt back to normal. So that's how I knew it was the house and not me. Because literally right when I exited, I started to feel myself again. It was weird.
When I was there, so one way that I do kind of provoke, I guess, if you think about it, could be like, I like to play music before investigations at a lot of places. I didn't do it at the nunnery, Brian, because I don't know, it didn't really seem appropriate with who we were with and everything. But I feel like music gives off energy and it helps amp up the place. I did that at the Monroe house, and like I said, I played Rob Zombie, and it got intense. It got really intense. I had to leave, and I did literally not only walk out of the house, I had to walk off of the property, and I was in the street like grounding and shielding and doing all of that, and then I got back, and John's like, "Hey, there's something going on with Hillary." And so I went and I shielded her, and she snapped out of this. She lost a couple minutes of time. So playing that music there affected something, and not in a good way. So, but there's different. That's why you use different styles of investigating, and you want to make sure that you are being respectful for the area that you're in. Because you're right. How crappy would it be if you ended up, provoking to a small child or someone's grandmother? That's
why I always say the one I'm provoking to. I don't actually just randomly provoke. I call out the specific thing. I always make sure of that because, like at the Old Washoe Club, I think there's good spirits there, and so I was literally calling out that one specific one. Just so no one else gets offended, basically. And say I do that with any location that I feel like could use that. But yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I provoked because I haven't been to a negative location in a while. It's all been like normal hauntings so far, and it's been a bit. I'm trying to think of the last one I had to provoke in. Reverend Acres, I religiously provoked. The Reverend Acres definitely one of those few locations where I felt like it was definitely something demonic there.
Do you ever worry about if you provoke? No matter what. Okay, when you investigate, there's that risk of getting that attachment. Do you think that by provoking though, you increase that risk?
I think it depends on the person. Personally, most of my situation where I felt like I had some attachment or something following me home was when I was first starting out in the paranormal. Now I don't get it anymore. I feel like at all. I feel like these things avoid me now. It's weird. I don't get things that follow me home at all. I'm literally, it's like peace, calm. Nothing happens ever anymore. And feels like a normal house where I live. And until I go into those areas. And it even seems like it's weird, dude. It's hard to explain. I had a couple of mediums tell me some things. Maybe that's what it is, what the mediums say. But I basically have had the two mediums. It's actually filmed too. It's on video. Them saying this, and one's on audio. But basically, they say It sounds so weird, in my opinion. It sounds kind of fictional and kind of like what's the word? Like fantasy. but basically they were both said that apparently I was chosen by Archangel Michael and I'm one of his warriors or something like that. And even Rebecca also is a more recent one that mentioned something too, that she thinks that they are projected away from me for negative entities. They don't want to be around me, negative entities, is what Rebecca said also. So found that interesting. Weird. And so the other two mentioned something about Archangel Michael, and I have recordings of that too, so I'm not just being weird. That's just what they said. So yeah,
I've been told similar, so I understand. But I don't have it on recording to back it up. So
yeah, Rebecca's the more recent one, and that was when I was at MadCon. Is when she was telling me that. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know.
That is pretty interesting, though. Maybe it's the confidence that you have, though, in yourself, and you have that groundedness. That confidence that you have makes you more grounded and not as like easy target. If you think of like negative,
I had less confidence when I first started too. When I had less confidence, that's probably what it has to do with.
I think that your confidence has a big. Again, going back to the fear thing, because they're the negative entities, even if demonic or not demonic, human or non-human, they're going to go after. I mean, just like any other predator, they're going to go after the weaker prey. Why go after the big challenge?
Yeah, it's kind of like bullies in a way, if you think about it. They prey on the weaker. They don't prey on someone that's equal to them or more.
Exactly.
So
I noticed that like from when the experiences I had when I was younger, and after I learned as much as I have through the paranormal, like it changes. And before I was seen as a challenge because there was that doubt in me. But now I do it. But like what gets me are the energies, and like when I see stuff, like being like sensitive and empath, like for some reason, like seeing like a full body figure, it still gets to me. But like shadows and stuff like that, it's like, oh, what was that? But it's like seeing a
usually they're quick.
Yeah. When you see that full body figure like looking at you, and it's like there, and it's like, I don't know. But it's like
those
also
are cool.
but then you get those that don't feel right, like what I felt in Brian's house. I don't know what the heck that was, man. I don't know. But for me, so much of it has to do with has to do with the way that it makes me feel. That I've learned to really base a lot of what I do when I'm investigating on what I'm feeling. And so it's I don't know. Ooh, so no demons. Hey demons.
Hey demons, it's your boy.
Probably not a safe.
I actually had to kick out. I had to get sleep before 6 a.m.
What's that?
I do. But before I kick out real quick, Matt, I don't know if this is the first time we met, but very, very inspired. I mean, you've done fucking so much, and like it's less than 10 years, like 8 or so years or whatever you've been working on this. I mean, that's crazy. And I know that you put so much time and effort and actual passion into the videos and documentaries. And you said you're working on a film. To share 4 hours with us, it really means a lot to me because I know that's the most important capital. It's not money. It's not anything. It's attention and time. So I appreciate that. I really do.
Sure.
Definitely. Thank you.
But if your next film doesn't include "Hey Demons, It's Your Boy," I'm gonna be a little upset. Okay. It's not for me for Crimson, please.
It's your
That's actually
boy,
a
Matt
funny.
Benton.
Hey, demons, it's your boy.
It's your boy. It's your boy.
I need to make that into a T-shirt.
We're gonna have so many T-shirts. You're gonna be a millionaire, my friend. You're gonna get the island to yourself.
I want that for the
Paranormal Part 2.
You gotta take me with you, man.
All right,
Then
I am
that'll
gonna
defeat
take
the
out
purpose of Man vs. Paranormal.
Season 2 hate, but seriously, I do appreciate you, and hopefully I don't have any of your crazy nightmares, and I don't have any crazy nightmares of Shawn tasing your butt or something. So I'm gonna sage my house before I go to bed or something.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate you guys, Shawn. I
already
appreciate
have
you.
a couple of these type of videos online.
Dude,
Being pepper sprayed and choked out by an MMA fighter is online right now.
This goes back to the love with Jeff Fent, right? You and Jeff Fent choking each other out.
So, actually, with Brian going, I think that's a good cue to go. It has been a great show, Matt. It's been a blast, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Real quick before we end it out and people catch on the replay, you had mentioned your Devil's Hour Productions on YouTube. Do you have any other websites or anything else you'd like people to check out?
ParanormalResearchUnit.com is a place you can check out my website. There's stuff on there. Like it goes a little bit more detail, like what Devil's Hour Productions is about, the team members, and a little bit more in description wise. And then there's my Instagram, Real Matt Benton. I post a little bit on there. So, and then Facebook, I have a blog page. So it's just Matt Benton Paranormal Investigator. And yeah, so that's about it. Like the YouTube channel is the most important to me, though, guys. So just go subscribe to that channel. Because one day I want to try and get that as a career path as YouTube. So one day, that's why I'm trying to expand Devil's Hour Productions and other things. So not just investigating. Now I'm trying to do a whole bunch of different things. So
nice. You'll get it, man. The guys, make sure you hit that bell. Get those reminders. Do that on the RU Media channel. Do that on the Devil's Hour Productions, so you get those alerts and you know when the new stuff comes out. Like I said, Brian and I have a special project we're going to be working on, so start thinking of those ideas because we're going to ask for that here coming up real soon. And so with that, everybody, have a great rest of your week. We helped you over your hump day and heading into Halloween weekend with the full moon. Crazy times, guys. 2020. Go ahead, Matt.
Brian. I was just going to say, stay on here for a moment. I want to show you guys something. So after this.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Thank you for having me.
This paranormal adventure that we're all on, it connects us. This is our paranormal community. This is Our Paranormal Podcast with your host, Shawn Gilmore.
He's worked in the paranormal field for 10 years.
He's a part of 2 paranormal teams.
His passion is creating para-unity.
With your host, Brian Mersel.
He's worked in the paranormal field for 7 years.
He leads his own paranormal team.
He wants to help people start their paranormal adventure or grow their existing one. This is Our Paranormal Adventure. This is our paranormal community. This is Our Paranormal Podcast.
It's about supporting. It's about making para-unity a real thing because we all need to support each other within our community. And that's what the show has always been about.
Hot sex, they are no doubt having, and you're not.